like to say who's on the beat, cause you should know it by now. Check it. Hey yo, music's on my mind. Love my 59, 50, I ain't lying. Check it. Yo, this ain't a fitted song, this a get with it song.
Yo, what up?
Yo.
Yo, BTV Sports, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another edition of Yo BTV Sports, live from Bravery Studios in Garfield, New Jersey. I'm Jason Enrique, that's Ugo Boy, and we also have another guest in the house, but also we have Mar Beyond the Glass, Marvelous, of the Marvelous One. But anyway, like I mentioned, we have a special guest in the house today. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to my homeboy, Mauricio Fernandez. What is going on, Mo?
My man gave out the government official name.
Don't worry, the feds ain't watching, man.
Mo
Don't worry.
Fernandez. Keep it short, man.
Survey says one more for the good guys.
Oh, man.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah. Thank you for coming through, man. And thank you for being a supporter of the show. I know you've been in the check-in and every now and then and, giving your takes and so on and so forth. So, but yeah, welcome to the studio, man. Really appreciate you coming through, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, round of applause real quick from Mo Fernandez. All right, so yeah, first and foremost, it's good to be back because unfortunately I was sidelined with COVID last week.
Yeah,
that wasn't good, but you know what? You and Mongo, shout out to Mongo, held down the fort last week. And thank you to all the callers and everybody for the shout-outs and the well wishes and so on and so forth. And hope everybody had a great Christmas. I know I certainly didn't, but anyways, I hope everybody had a good time. And yeah, let's get into it. And wow, talk about comeback player of the year in Mr. Joe Cool himself, Mr. South Jersey, Mr. Joe Flacco of the Cleveland Browns.
Round of applause for Joe Flacco. Flacco season. man.
Yeah, I actually didn't. I actually saved myself the mercy of not watching this game because we were actually celebrating something even better. Shout out to Mina Mendoza, the Mina Mendoza show. We were celebrating her birthday. Now while we were celebrating her life and all of her accomplishments and everything, there was nothing to celebrate about the New York Jets. They continue to show how much they are a clown franchise, and that's why we got the clown mask right here, a little foreshadowing right there. But wow, the Cleveland Browns put a smacking. And listen, I knew the Jets were dead in the water. I knew they were not going to win this game, but it just went so much worse than I thought. Only the Jets can do things where like you have no expectations, and somehow they find a way to lower the bar even lower and lower. It's just a continuation of how, listen, like Joe Benengo said, and he says it so eloquently, they could change the owners, they could change the general manager, they could change the coach, they could change the quarterback, they could change the offensive coordinator, they could change the uniforms, they could change the stadium, but the results never change.
So give another Don Lemon.
He's just getting warmed up, bro. This is going to be an all day.
Very passionate.
I know. And I mean, this game was so over very early on that even Joe Flacco was caught sleeping on the sidelines. Took
a nap.
Oh my God. Throwing for 300 yards in a game, and you were like, yeah, I think I'm going to take a little nap time right now, get myself acclimated. The team got this, but oh my God. I mean, there was just so much that was wrong with it. And, like I said, it really stinks how you had no expectations for this game. You could bet the money line, you could bet the defense and Njoku and everything like that. Joe Flacco over 300 yards and so on and so forth. You knew all of that was going to happen, but for somehow, like when you actually see it, it's what's like even worse. Like the only way that I could describe it is like I love eating steaks, I love eating cheeseburgers, but I don't want to see the cow being slaughtered. That's exactly what happened in this game in Cleveland.
That's a savage.
Oh yeah, but your thoughts on this game, Hugo?
It's okay, man. It's all right. the draft is right around the corner.
Yeah, big deal. Because listen, I remember when we had the third overall pick and we picked Sam Darnold. I remember when we had the second overall pick and we picked Zach Wilson. So what do I have to be excited about with the draft?
Guys have nice uniforms. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Listen, I mean, the season's just gonna. You guys just got to wrap it up on the strongest note that you possibly can.
Got to wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up, B. Wrap it up box. You get it? That wrap it up box been playing for a couple weeks now with you guys.
Yes. And apparently Joe Douglas and Woody Johnson and Robert Saleh didn't get the message.
And it's even worse that, Flacco was on his couch. He wasn't doing anything.
No.
He could have came in.
He was chilling with Justin Pugh on the couch and they just got up.
Just chilling, man. But you guys You guys just wanted to ride it out with Zach Wilson. You wanted to see what Tim Boyle had. You want to see what Trevor Siemian had? You could have hit up Joe Cool. He wasn't doing nothing.
As a matter of fact, he did. There was a litany of backup quarterbacks, that actually called the Jets when Aaron Rodgers went down with the Achilles. There was reports that Gardner Minshew called out. I don't know about Matt Ryan. I think that was just thrown out there. Jacoby Brissett, he was already with the Washington Commanders, and they even said that Joe Flacco wanted to come back. I mean, because him and Joe Douglas have a great relationship from their time in Baltimore.
Yeah.
But no, they would say, no, we're good.
And Colin Kaepernick, he wrote a letter.
Oh, no, you 36, bro.
36, bro.
Videos.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather watch a film of Uncle Rico than Colin Kaepernick at this point.
That franchise right now, it's like 3 different directions they want to go. They want to tank, some want to play, and who knows what the other one is.
Yeah, I mean, and plus, I mean, you guys are really at the mercy of Aaron Rodgers right now.
Yeah, no, listen, he sold Woody Johnson sold his soul to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and I told you once again. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face until we do the actual draft super show in a couple months rather.
Couldn't come soon enough.
Yeah, it can't come soon. It's been draft season for a while for you guys. But it's like, you guys need to grab your successor in this upcoming draft, 1,000%. You guys need offensive line help as well.
Yes.
It's all about. It's not necessarily about the picks. It's how you use the picks. That's what it comes down to. That's what I've learned in my experience following football, and with these draft experts and Mel Kiper and
Mr. Irrelevant, anybody?
Todd McShay and so forth and so on. Yeah, I mean, you have to have a plan with these picks and what exactly it is you're trying to do, and you guys have to really eat some humble pie. You've been eating it for over a decade now.
Oh my
I think you guys are sick from it. But
I got stomach problems and hemorrhoids from that humble pie at this point.
We suck.
Yeah, one more of those.
We suck.
I mean, my question?
We got drops, yeah.
Yeah, we do drops. We do drops on here. Marvelous on the board.
That was John Tortorella right there.
I mean, you guys have to figure out what it is that you guys want to do. I mean, do you guys want to build around Aaron and go all in once again? Gang's all here. Bring back Alan Lazard and Randall Cobb and Bakhtiari or Donald Driver out of retirement. I don't know what the plan is going to be next year. But
I'm surprised Jordy Nelson is not getting a phone call right now.
He's probably going to work out too.
They got to draft the top. With all their draft picks, just draft O-lines. That's it.
I said that.
Yes.
Tell me
when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
10 picks, O-lines. 2 of them are going to be good.
Yeah.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Your first 4 selections should be a combination of offensive lineman and quarterback. Somewhere your quarterback needs to be in the first or second round. I said that. I stand on that. Mm-hmm. And then the other 3 picks within the first 4 rounds need to be offensive linemen, because your offensive line is trash.
Can I get 10
trashes?
Yes.
I get 10 trashes, capital T, capital R, capital A-S-H, bro. And a lot of work to do.
And let me say it in Spanish also, basura.
Basura.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
basura, like the B on a Boston Red Sox hat.
I agree with that.
Got a lot of work to do, man.
Oh my God. And that's the frustrating part about Joe Douglas, because that's supposed to be his forte. Like, one of the things that people were talking about when he first got hired by the Jets is, he's an offensive line guy. He always looks at, and now, to his credit, he has been trying to fix the offensive line for the past couple of years, but it just hasn't worked. And as far as coaching is concerned, I mean, I know it wasn't Adam Gase. He didn't hire Adam Gase. Adam Gase was the one that hired him. But he did bring in Robert Saleh, and I do like Saleh. I mean, he's done some pretty good things, but I'm at that point right now. As much as I hate to say it, because I really do genuinely like the guy, there's no secret that Robert Saleh is a great defensive mind, but we're looking plain and simple right now that he's probably not head coach material.
I mean, again, I'm not gonna. Well, you as a fan, you that is your right, and you've seen your fair share of bad coaches. You know what a bad coach looks like.
Oh yes, I don't even know what the hell a good coach looks like.
Yeah,
Rex Ryan is the closest that I've seen to it. Yeah,
closest to it, but it wasn't sustainable.
No, it wasn't.
He was one-dimensional though. That's the problem with Ryan.
Yeah, that was.
He had that offensively, but everything else he had. But
yeah, so that's my thing is. I want a healthy Aaron Rodgers. Yes. Obviously, for a full season, he's going to come back and finish his career out with you guys, play one more year. Before because again, until a coach has a competent starting quarterback, it's hard for me to pass judgment on him honestly.
Right.
So I think that, I've seen that with other coaches here and there, and, go over to just take your pick. I mean, look at D'Amico Ryans now with Houston. If he would have started the gates off with Davidson Mills or whoever it is instead of C.J. Stroud before he got hurt, it might be a different tune going on in Houston.
Wasted year.
Yeah, it would have been another wasted year.
Another wasted year, yeah.
So, that signal caller is everything. So I got to see Rodgers healthy. He's going to play more than 4 plays next year, God hoping.
God willing.
So
how y'all feel about that turf over there?
Oh, yeah, that turf is bad. That turf,
I don't trust that. I feel like only one player, only Garrett Wilson know how to play on that turf. No one else can play on that turf.
That turf has been a problem for a number of years. It's taken away a lot of players. It's ended a lot of seasons. And I think it's a big reason why a lot of free agents don't want to go to the Giants or the Jets, because you got to play there 8 to 10 times a year.
That's a new stadium. That's outdated.
I'm not wishing this, but it seems like this is the only way that they'll actually take notice that, all right, we need to do something. So during the offseason, MetLife Stadium, both the Jets and the Giants like to do football-related things, and the audience, the fans, they're allowed to be on the field. I've been to a couple occasions. I've been to the draft at MetLife Stadium, and the turf is there and everything. It would take somebody just throwing a football or whatever, or kids running around and them getting injured because of the turf, in order for them to say, okay, we can't have this. We need to do something.
That's a savage.
Because we don't want a lawsuit. That's the only way that it's going to get done. And I'm not hoping for that, but it seems like that's the only course of action that's going to happen.
They'll probably get a little signed football and a jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, free Pepsi at the next Jets Cleveland game.
Come to our first 3 preseason games for free.
Oh, wow. So a 5-year-old blowing out his Achilles? That's what it's going to take? That's terrible.
What a disaster.
Shout out to Joe Meningo.
We got to get it back on the show.
We got to. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
But as far as the game is concerned itself, give props to Flacco. I mean, he showed that, he still has a little bit left in the tank. And, it's funny because when he was on the Jets, he looked like he was done. He looked like he was cooked. But that goes to show that, obviously Cleveland has a better offensive line than the Jets. Anybody has a better offensive line than the Jets. And when you have a great offensive line, or it doesn't even have to be great, it just has to be competent, then you could see somebody like Joe Flacco's caliber look like he would, go back in time and be like the Super Bowl MVP winning quarterback that he was back then.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, coaching matters.
Yes.
When you have a plan,
especially with the penalties,
offense, penalties as well. I mean, Cleveland, coming off the bus, Cleveland wants to run the football.
For sure.
And
again, with those running backs, how can you not?
Exactly. Even with Chubb being injured,
check down too.
And check downs, and you got Njoku, you got a top 5 tight end, you got a top 5 wide receiver, and Amari Cooper when healthy. Amari Cooper,
and he wasn't even in this game.
He didn't even play in this game either. But I'm talking about the game prior. Where
oh my God!
If you had Cooper, you're in a fantasy football championship, 1 or 2, like myself. So again,
and nobody picks him up either. They'll wait till like the 3rd round.
I always scoop him up. Listen, he had a lot of great years in Dallas. I know he had a falling out with the front office, but Amari Cooper, round of applause for him. Route runner, one of the best wide receivers in football, hands down, certified #1. He doesn't complain. He doesn't make a ruckus. He's not a diva. He just goes out there and he torches your favorite cornerback every week, and just does his thing. But Cleveland had a plan for how they were going to use him, and it goes to show you. I have a stat because I love numbers.
Oh, you love stats, Rack up the numbers.
I love stats. So
these Next Gen Stats are brought to you by the Ugo Boy podcast.
Now streaming on all digital platforms, as well as first class, second place.
Yes, sir. Yes,
coming
indeed.
to a podcast studio near you. Of course, Bravery Studios. Shout out to Lamar on the glass. So, quick stat: Joe Flacco, who's played his first game on December 3rd, right off his couch in wherever he lives.
Pennsylvania.
It's in Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Reading,
exactly. Outside of Philly.
Reading. Shout out to Kim, by the way.
Shout out to outside of Philly people. Has the same number of 300-yard games as Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, and Geno Smith.
Ugh.
Deshaun Watson had 12 games in Cleveland. He has not thrown for 300 yards yet. Joe Flacco has 5 games in Cleveland and 4 300 passing games, 300-yard passing
And
games.
isn't Cleveland on their fourth quarterback this season? Isn't Joe Flacco number 4?
I believe so. I mean, they had P.J. Walker, who beat the 49ers, which is hilarious. They had
The other dude, I can't remember.
The guy with the 4 names.
Yeah, I think he's from USC or something. Like
Yeah, BTR. Flacco and Watson. So
Yeah.
they're on quarterback number 4. But again, the production you're getting out of Flacco now, again, 4 out of his 5 games, 300 yards.
And he had to learn that playbook too. It's
On the
not
fly.
easy to do.
On the fly, yeah.
And it's saying a lot about Deshaun Watson. I know he hasn't been healthy. Massage parlors aside, that's a savage.
That's a savage.
Yeah, but I mean, it says a lot. He's getting, and mind you, this is without Nick Chubb. This is without arguably their best player, not named Amari Cooper. He's going out there and he's lighting it up. They're going to be a problem in the playoffs for anybody,
And years
honestly.
to come too.
And for years to come. And honestly, if I'm Cleveland, after this year, no matter what Deshaun Watson's health is, Flacco, you're going to be on this roster next year.
Yeah,
You're going to be the best insurance policy we possibly have. I know they have to play Watson because of the money. You got to. You got to. But,
Yes, sir.
but
That's a nasty contract.
that
right there.
contract is nasty work, man. Nasty
They're
work.
gonna regret that in like 2 years.
They are. But if they're winning
Nasty
with
like a
Flacco,
Saturday night.
if they're winning with Flacco, it eases the burden.
He's a great
It does.
backup.
Great backup. So yeah, I mean, Flacco's killing it. One more round of applause for Flacco. He fell asleep. That's how much fun he was having.
That guy old. He was like,
He's like, yo, Wheel of Fortune already aired. I'm ready to.
what's up with the little elf in the middle of the field? Like, I was not feeling that.
That's been there for, I want to say they switched to that probably like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They
I
brought
don't
that
watch
back.
Brown games, but wow. I'm like, I see people with the dog mask.
You're not alone.
And then you got an elf in the middle. It makes no sense. And my girl's like, why are their helmets orange if they're brown?
Exactly. What did I say? I
There's
said the
a
same
lot
thing.
of things going on there. I was like,
It's a lot going on.
that's a good question.
Yeah. Well, anyways, 862-621-9536 is the number to call in. We'll be going to open up the phone lines in less than 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
If you guys want to give your takes, your shout-outs, anything you want, please call in. But yeah, wow. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say about this game. I mean, it was a disaster, and like I said, I'm glad I didn't watch it. I didn't even bother watching the highlights. I just listened to everything else on sports radio talk and let them, paint a picture for me.
You didn't miss much. If you're a Jet fan, you didn't miss much.
Everyone on the tickets hit by the second quarter. That's how fast that game was over.
Yeah.
If you put a bet in, you probably hit that bet because that game was done.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean,
Facts.
you actually made some good picks on that game as well.
Oh, yeah. In my mind, I was like, listen, I think Amari Cooper's going to run one in for a touchdown. So I just put Cleveland defense for 60. And you already know, quick 400, get back my Christmas presents.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
862-621-9536. All right. So aside from this debacle that was in Cleveland with the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns and their nasty little elves in the center of the field, we also found out about the news. About Russell Wilson being benched in Denver.
Yeah.
Bold move by Sean Payton.
Nasty work. We talked about a divorce. Those divorce papers.
Oh yeah, it's been the divorce papers were rescinded from Sean Payton, but now they're being printed up again for Russell.
Yeah, and they're filed.
Russell Wilson. Excuse me, I was talking about Russell Simmons.
Russell Simmons. Well, both have been canceled, so there you have it. That's savage. That's savage.
I really don't like that guy.
This was first and foremost, round of applause for Russell Wilson for handling this like a champ.
I'll give him that.
Very professional.
And he kept it real.
And he kept it a stack, man. I appreciate when athletes they go off script and they just like, that happened. Yeah, they approached me and yada yada yada.
That's
and
crazy though. After a victory,
and not just after a victory, they had beaten the Chiefs for the first time in almost 6 years. Something
everybody
like that.
lost on that ticket. For
Yeah,
sure.
big facts there. So I think that this is obviously money driven. I don't care how Sean Payton wants to spin it. And on top of that, this is what happens when a merger happens, and they say, "Oh, everything's fine. I want you. We're just gonna meet with HR. Everything's okay."
They on the hook for 80 though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But I think that I think Russ they're obviously going to cut ties with him. They'll part ways with him. I don't think they're going to trade him. I think they're just going to cut him outright. There's a lot of teams that could use a quarterback, a veteran quarterback. I'm thinking about
New
the
York Jets. Raise your hand.
All the New York teams.
All the New York teams.
Oh yeah, Tommy Cutlet's era is over.
That's over. We'll get to that.
Man, that's sad, man. I wanted that one to continue.
That was insanity. We called it.
I love my Italians, man.
It was Paisan was gonna run out of Scatol eventually.
It was just funny how people thought he was the next coming of James Gandolfini from The Sopranos, man. But
yeah. But back to Russ. I think that I think Denver. Again, Peyton wants to draft his guy.
True.
I've said that since the day he got there.
That's
when
true,
you
yes.
inherit a quarterback, it's very similar to Dable in New York. There's parallels there. Dable and Sheen didn't draft Daniel Jones.
No.
So they can't wait to get their guy. The only difference is ownership wants Daniel Jones. Yep. So they're in between a rock and a hard place. I want to keep my job, so I got to go along with status quo. But at the same time, we're not going to win that many football games because we know this guy isn't good, and there's a ceiling to what we can do with him. So I think with Denver, the owner, Peyton wants to get his guy ideally in the draft.
Yep.
He wants to get his guy early. And now, meanwhile, on the flip side, Seattle's looking great. Like Seattle was able to get a franchise wide receiver, a franchise quarterback, Drew Lock, a backup, a solid backup who beat the Eagles on Monday night.
Nice haul for him.
Exactly. Noah Fant, a really good tight end.
Yep.
And more draft picks. Like they still have draft picks and draft capital from this.
Man. Pete Carroll's he knows his stuff.
They flipped that amazingly, and so round of applause for Schneider. Yes, Brian Schneider, the GM for the Seattle Seahawks. But Denver, they're in a situation now where obviously the playoffs are out of the question. A bad loss on Christmas to the Patriots at home.
Yeah.
It wasn't even WAC 100 your guy.
No,
it was Bailey Zappi.
Yeah,
Zappy.
Who's probably going to torch the Jets next week?
They lost to the Zap man.
Where are they getting these guys from? This is Zap and Simeon. I would never want to go see
Trevor
Simeon in my life.
Oh my God.
That is not football.
No, it's CFL. It's Arena Football. It's
wow.
XFL cast-offs.
We got some breaking news right now as we speak.
Sweet. What's up?
It turns out that the New York Knicks have made a trade. They're trading for they're sending R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, and draft considerations to the Raptors.
Oh,
wow.
R.J. Barrett.
R.J. Barrett and Quickly are
that's
gone.
A nice pickup for the Knicks.
That's a savage.
Yeah. So wow. How about that draft in the NBA? Like where you had Zion Williamson and then Ja Morant and then R.J. Barrett right after. It's not looking pretty.
It's that draft class is looking well. If you're a stripper in Miami or Atlanta or Texas, it's looking great for you. But if you're a fan of any of those
you saw his
teams,
tattoo?
I don't
you
know.
saw Zion's tattoo?
No, I did not. No.
Oh man,
I did.
It's a little crooked to the left. Pause. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting back to Denver.
But yeah, the divorce papers have been served for Russ. I'm interested to see who they go for. Again, this is a loaded class at quarterback. We'll see how any of these guys pan out. But
y'all think Russ lost it a little?
Well, yeah. I mean, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's taking a step back. He's not. So
he's not cooked.
It's weird to see him. Every time I see him, he shows flashes, and then it's like.
He needs to be in a situation exactly like Flacco.
Gotcha.
Like, honestly, Flacco's situation is a blueprint. Yeah, he needs an offensive line, he needs a run game, and you can't expect for him to throw and win you games anymore. But then again, that was never, even when Seattle was at its best, they had a dominant defense, a dominant offensive line, a dominant run game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they had a couple wide receivers here and there. They had Doug Baldwin and, Tyler Lockett or whatnot. And toward the end of Russ's tenure, then they got DK Metcalf. But DK Metcalf wasn't the DK Metcalf he is now.
Yeah.
He was still young and a rookie and ascending. So what I'm saying is, he needs to be in a situation where they have what he had early on in Seattle, and basically, we need you to manage the game. We need you to be a bus driver.
Yep.
He's not the superstar or let Russ cook. Like, he's cooking Lunchables right now. So I've been saying
Can you cook Lunchables?
Russ can. That's savage right there. Mr.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
Can't get no more limited than Lunchables right there, bro.
Pretty much. I just love the Oreo inside. That's just it. But so yeah, but yeah, that's not surprised that they went in this direction. I think the way that they handled it was really messy with in the media putting it out. And
it's crazy. It came out like that.
Yeah. And you got Sean Payton berating him on the sideline.
They're gonna have to trade him now. It's not even.
I think they're gonna cut him. I think they're going to cut him and swallow the contract.
Wow.
You know,
I thought it was. I already thought it was a sign of things to come when week 3 it was Miami putting a beat down on them on 70-20.
70 points.
Yeah.
How Vance Joseph kept his job is amazing to me.
Oh my god.
But he ended up turning it around.
He did.
People couldn't even run the ball after.
I understand. I understand that, but it was still a sign of a foreshadowing that they may make adjustments, but ultimately they're not going to get far. It shows that they have a lot more deficiencies than we realize. And Sean Payton really has his work cut out for this team. But you know what? He's been there and done that, and I think that he's going to right the ship eventually. It's just that he knows what's working, he knows what's not.
He's always had a good quarterback.
Yeah,
so he's waiting for
that's
that
true.
one guy.
That's true.
And then he's gonna develop him or keep him and show him the plays and
right. But Drew Brees is not coming out of retirement anytime soon. So.
He's not.
He wants to though.
Yeah, he wants to. He can't throw a ball more than 10 yards right now, but he wants to. But again, once Sean Payton has a full offseason to draft the way he wants to, develop the way he wants to, bring in free agents the way he wants to, and gets his quarterback, I think Denver will be better for it. I just think the way that they handled it was messy.
That's crazy.
It's not a shocker that Randy Gregory, Kareem Jackson, a bunch of guys who were either traded or released from Denver are agreeing with Ryan Clark, saying that Sean Payton wanted to be a thug pretty much. The way he's out here just waving his power in front of the world to see. So,
I'll tell you what, that was Mike Tomlin. It would have been a whole different script.
Facts.
ESPN would have been attacking him.
Facts.
Yes.
And this is just being thrown under the rug. It's not even being really put on blast like
that's
that.
That's a Dom DeMarco. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Talk about privilege.
He gets away with it. That Blanco privilege, we talk about it on the show all the time. It rears its ugly head, so he'll get away with it. But, karma's real. Karma's real. The way that Russ has been treated, I know it's a business at the end of the day, and it could have been handled better.
Damn, but
that's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
It's a lot of skadoo.
He's gonna have a lot of time. He's gonna have a lot of time to throw the ball with future son now.
Oh, that's savage.
That is a savage right there. Yeah.
Savage.
862-621-9536 is the number to call in. We're about to open up the phone line. Shout out to Deji in the check-in. He goes, "It's so good to see Enrique back from COVID." Thank you, Deji. I really appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Deji, my brother.
Yeah. Where's the jollof?
Where's the jollof, man? Where's it at? Where's the goat?
Oh man! Well, also, I'm looking at that really nice sweatshirt that you got on right now. We the boys.
Shout out to round of applause for my lovely girlfriend who hooked your boy up for Christmas.
Diamonds are forever.
One more.
Diamonds are forever.
Hey, can I get a Ric Flair, whether you like it or not? Whether you like it.
And now let's keep it going with that. Keep that same energy. I know that your energy's up and running right now.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
This segment of Keep That Same Energy is brought to you by the First Class Second Place Podcast, brought to you by Burberry Studios and You Go Boy. Yo Go Boy merch now available in the link.
Yes. Can I get Chris Tucker? Can I get Chris Tucker, please? Can I get a Chris Tucker? One more, and one more, and one more for the road.
And now let's go to the moment that you've been waiting for, and the rest of New Jersey is not waiting for. A little bit of Jimmy Johnson talk.
Oh yeah, can I get a How About Them Cowboys? For the man that created How About Them Cowboys.
Yeah, right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Before we get to Jimmy, this episode of Keep That Same Energy once again is brought to you by First Class Second Place Podcast, as well as the You Go Boy Podcast, streaming on all digital platforms.
And also brought to you by Mo Mills.
Of course, my man Mo. And of course, Paid in Full. Dope movie. Dope movie.
You got to pay your fantasy fees.
Yeah, I owe some fantasy money.
Fellas die every day, B.
Yeah, exactly. Tough loss by the Cowboys to the Miami Dolphins. Round of applause for Miami Dolphins. This was their first victory over a winning team all year.
What a disaster of a pick by me, by the way.
Myself, because I picked Dallas to win as well. But I wasn't really the way they lost was classic Dallas. Classic Dallas on the road, needing a stop or needing this or needing that. Dak Prescott did his job. He understood the assignment.
He did.
I mean, he led a game-winning drive. He He hit Brandon Cooks, who mossed Jalen Ramsey in the corner of the end zone.
He's still good, bro.
That was, and mind you, Ramsey's got Cooks by like almost 6 to 7 inches in height, and he just took it on top of his head for potentially the game winner. But my issue with the Cowboys has been consistent all year. Their problems on the road are real. They're 3-5 on the road. They have one more game next week against the Washington Commodores, led by Lionel Richie. And what I'm saying is, they're going to be on the road in the playoffs. Regardless if they catch Philly or not, for the NFC East, that's still up in the air. Everyone just slam dunk locks and gives it to Philly. I'm just like, bro, this is the same Eagles that lost to the Jets, that lost to Drew Lock on Monday Night Football, to say that, they're going to blow out. And by the way, barely beat a combination of Tyrod Taylor and Tommy Cutlets on Christmas.
That was crazy.
That was nuts. I was just watching flashes of the game, highlights here and there because I was hosting, and I'm seeing, I was like, okay, so it's 20-3 at halftime. It's a wrap. I turn the TV on. It's 20-18. Jalen Hurts is throwing pick sixes to Dory Jackson. I'm just like, yo, but that's neither here or there. The NFC East is up for grabs, but again, this is a must-win for the Cowboys. I said this weeks ago. You are my witness. Marv is my witness as well. Yep. Our viewers, you're my witnesses at home as well. It's like, this is a 3-part take home, because they're all home games. See what I did there? Take home exam, where they play the Seahawks at home. Yeah. They won it on Thursday Night Football, dramatic fashion. They played the Eagles at home, Sunday Night Football. I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. Blew the doors off them by 20 points. The Eagles didn't score an offensive touchdown. And now you get the Detroit fighting Dan Campbell Lions in your place.
Biting kneecaps off.
Biting kneecaps off.
Sleepers. They are sleepers.
They're the winners of the NFC North.
How about Jared Goff, man?
Round of applause for Dan Campbell. Round of applause for Jared Goff. Round of applause for Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Jamison Williams.
Yep.
So again,
Amon St. Brown.
They've got weapons.
What's that linebacker? Hutchinson too.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson.
He's a problem.
He's going to be a problem tonight as well. But again, the Cowboys. This is a must-win. This is an absolute must-win, and I'll tell you why. Because a 3-game losing streak, even if they do break it next week against the Commodores, a 3-game losing streak going into the playoffs is terrible momentum. Yeah. Terrible momentum. Even if you do somehow get, and again, if they lose tonight, the East is over.
Pollard got to show up. Pollard got to be a 1.
Pollard's got to show
like
up.
A 2.
Not just Pollard, the defense has to show up. And this is surprising because this was a defensively you coming into the season. The raving was all about the defense, about the defense. And I know Trayvon Diggs went down.
He went down. The team went down a little
exactly.
bit. The defense went.
Yeah, and Deron Bland has been great. Deron Bland's going to be a Pro Bowler. He's going to get a lot of votes for Defensive Player of the Year. Michael Parsons, the Lions always hungry.
He's going to 3 on him always.
Exactly.
So everybody else got to step it up. Yeah.
Exactly. And this is again this is a game and a moment that the franchise and the fan base has been waiting for 30 years. Not just getting to an NFC Championship game and ending the Super Bowl drought, but they are honoring and recognizing Jimmy Johnson, the man that built that 90s dynasty from the ground up, brick by brick. We're finally putting him in the Ring of Honor. And you're gonna have the triplets there. Emmitt Smith's gonna be in the house. Michael Irvin's gonna be in the house. Troy Aikman's gonna be in the house. Charles Haley.
Sweating.
He's gonna be sweating. Everyone's gonna be crying.
As long as Jason Garrett's not there.
Jason Garrett is not invited to AT&T Stadium. His credentials have been rescinded.
Yeah.
But this is
like Jamal Adams.
Exactly. But this is a dramatic night and a dramatic moment. And I look back. This is a classic example when Cowboys let me down. When Texas Stadium was closing in 2008, we were hosting the Ravens on Saturday night. Cowboys lost. When Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, and Emmitt Smith went into the Ring of Honor in 2003, I think I was 15. They lost that game on Monday night to Mark Brunell and the then Washington Redskins.
Damn, Mark Brunell.
Exactly.
Yeah, talk about a throwback.
Where's he at now?
Yeah,
he's on the couch that Joe Flacco just came off of.
Or somebody's coaching staff in high school. So it's but this is an opportunity to right a lot of wrongs, to not just, and on top of that, finish the season perfect, 8-0 at home. I can't remember the last time that's happened. They've done 7-1 a couple times, but to go undefeated at home, and again to beat a quality opponent that you know is going to be in the playoffs, that there's a good chance you're probably going to see again. They have to show me that they're going to rise to the occasion, handle business, and win a game that they should to, again, keep pace with the Eagles, keep the pressure on them, and continue building momentum going into the playoffs. Because the run defense is still a problem. The offense is really up and down. Like you said, Pollard in this run game has been an issue. I'm telling you.
Weird. He's not like that true one.
Well, he's the real issue
He looks like a committee running back.
Well, here's what I'm saying. The real issue with him is he's coming off of injury. He does not look like the same guy.
True.
This guy broke his leg practically in half.
But the one what's the dude behind him? He looks better than him.
Well, Rico Dabo?
He looks better than him at times. He looks like a little 30-piece.
Well, he's inactive tonight.
Oh,
he's not
man,
playing.
wow.
You know what I mean? Little Deuce Vaughn from Kansas State. He's running back too.
They're about to call Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. All right. Emmitt Smith might have to suit up.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying? So this is a big game for the team. They've got to step up. They've got to show up. They've got to show up and show out. They've got to honor Jimmy Johnson, and they've got to continue their grind toward possibly getting 2 seed, because the 2 seed is still in play. I've given up on the 1 seed. But the 2 seed is still in play. If you want to host a home playoff game, take care of business and win this football game against a really good playoff team that is a legitimate Super Bowl contender. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I said the Lions were going to be, I knew they'd be playoff contenders. I knew they were going to win their division, but Super Bowl contender was not on my bingo card going into this regular season. But they are. You got to admit, they are.
I mean, they certainly look the part, but I feel like I need to see a little bit more.
Well, what I will say coming in, a major advantage, listen, Nick Mullins just threw for 411 yards on this. Their defense is not it. Outside of Aiden Hutchinson, their defense is really not it.
No.
So if Nick Mullins, who by the way was just benched because he threw 4 interceptions in that game,
yes.
If Nick Mullins can throw for 400 yards, Dak Prescott, are you watching? Dakota Prescott, first of his name.
Launch it.
You better show up and show out tonight, baby. Like, we need you. We need the run game. Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, Sedarian Lamb, CDYAC, top 5 wide receiver. The guys need to show up. And Mike
Gotta
McCarthy.
say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest.
Gotta say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest. Like, because my biggest issue is CeeDee Lamb almost had 100 yards in the first quarter, and then they went away from him until the end of the fourth quarter.
They gotta go to that tight end too.
Yeah, and Jake Ferguson, baby Kelsey.
Yeah, he's good.
Yo, they've got to show up and show out. The stars need to show up. See what I did there, stars?
Yep.
They got to show up tonight. Go Cowboys. And shout out once again Jimmy Johnson. He's getting his flowers. Round of applause one more time. Jimmy Johnson going in the Ring of Honor. Long overdue. And Darren Woodson, who should be in a Hall of Fame, he's a finalist as well. They just announced it a couple days ago. He's a finalist for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, so it needs to happen. If CM Punk can come back to the WWE,
especially with all the talk that the NFL is scripted, why not?
Why not? Why not?
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
One more time,
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Go Cowboys.
Yeah, 862-621-9536 is the number to call in. Phone lines are open, everybody. Yeah, I agree with you. Now, like I said, I still need to see a little bit more from the Lions as far as like Super Bowl contender, because I feel like they're not in that position just yet. They have to have a little bit more experience, and like you said, that defense is not it, with the exception of Aiden Hutchinson. And they always say, there's a whole bunch of quotes that they say in the NFL, but in this one, it's like, offense wins you games, defense wins you championships. So until that defense actually shores up, I'm not sure about Super Bowl contender just yet.
And Jared Goff, if you get pressure on him, he's LA Rams Jared Goff.
Oh yeah,
like for real. Like the turnovers are gonna come, but when he has a clean pocket, he's shown that he can hurt you.
Right, 404 TDs.
Exactly, but you get pressure on him, he'll give you 204 picks.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So. Micah Parsons, are you watching? The Lion needs to show up. Cowboy defense, you guys got to get home. And the run, they're number 3 in the league in running the football. Like behind Gibbs and Montgomery, they want to pound the rock. They want to set up that play action. Stopping the run is going to be imperative. If they can't stop the run tonight, they will get run out of the building. So and just like they did with Buffalo, and Miami didn't really run the ball, but when they had to run the ball, they ran the ball, and which is why they were able to get that field goal at the end of the game. So
and Tyreek Hill, oh my God,
Tyreek Hill, you knew that coming in, and 85% or 80% or 75% Tyreek Hill is still the best wide receiver in football right now. But they did a good job keeping him in check for real. But again, the defense has to make stops when they have to make stops, in the offense they've got to show up. So like you said, Ferguson, Lamb, Pollard, Dak, the offense needs to really lead the way. If they win the coin toss, Dallas needs to take the ball and get right to it. Yep. Get right to it. Like, don't defer. Take the ball just like they did with Philly. They took the ball on Sunday Night Football and they went right down the field and they set the tone. And Philly was like, and they never really recovered from that.
Yeah. No.
So they need to they got to keep that same energy. And once again, this segment of Keep That Same Energy is brought to you by this amazing shirt and my main man right here. It's on First Class Second Place Podcast. And can I get a whether you like it or not? Can I get a whether you like it or not? I need it, Marv. Come on, keep it coming. It's coming. It's loading up. He'll find it. There we go.
Or don't like it, learn to love it because it is the best thing going today.
Yahtzee.
That guy still acts the same. I follow Rick on IG, man. This
He has
guy's-
not changed.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
he's still the same.
That's all he knows how to be. And I'm not even a wrestling fan and I even know that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 862-621-9536 is the number to call in. So, besides the Cowboys, America's team, what about Lamar Jackson?
A round of applause for Lamar Jackson. He
Jackson.
has firmly put himself in the MVP discussion. I think
He's favored right now.
He's favored right now.
Yeah,
He's
Tebow 2.0, my
Colin Clownherd, whatever. Anyway, so I mean, it's a 3-man race with really it's a 3-man race, honestly.
Right, really.
With Jackson, with Dak. And take your pick with either Purdy or I say Christian McCaffrey because I say he's their best player.
I also say
That's me.
Tyreek.
And Tyreek as well. Tyreek as well. Really, a toss-up. A toss-up with Christian McCaffrey and Tyreek.
Because Tyreek is kind of having like a Jerry Rice-esque kind of season right now.
He is. He's going to get some MVP votes, but again, it's a quarterback award.
Yeah.
That's what's working against him. But I mean, for Lamar Jackson, again, I watched that game in primetime. My brother's a 49er fan. He was not enjoying that at all.
The Avengers.
Yeah, the Avengers. They met Thanos, and Thanos was Lamar Jackson. That's savage right there. He was snapping all over him, and again, goodness gracious, he was giving it to him every way you could, man. He was doing it with his legs. He was doing it with his arm.
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers. Odell Beckham. They had no answer for Odell.
Bateman was his name?
And Kyle Hamilton is going off too on that game.
Yes. And again, Brock Purdy threw 4 interceptions.
Yes.
4. And
That
3
defense was real. All I kept seeing was Queen.
Who was that?
Queen,
Zach
Queen.
Wilson?
Yes, Patrick. Round of applause for Patrick Queen.
Yeah.
Like, he was all over the place. Hamilton was all over the place. And again, Lamar, all over the place. And again, the way you stop the 49ers, and again, they're going to hit their plays. They got elite players all over the place. Kittle had a bunch of big plays. McCaffrey had a bunch of big plays. Ayuk had a bunch of big plays. They're going to get their plays off. But the way you stop them, they thrive on yak. Yards after catch.
Yep.
They throw the ball. They are number 2 in the league in passing. They're number 32 in pass attempts.
Yeah.
They're last in pass attempts. And you know why? Because they run the ball with Christian McCaffrey.
They're efficient.
And they're efficient. And they're all about getting the ball out quick and short, 5 yards, 7 yards, and then Debo turns into a 40-yarder, or Kittle turns into a 40-yarder, or McCaffrey turns into a touchdown. So what the Ravens do, they just crowded the line of scrimmage, they got their hands up, and all those quick 5-yarders turn into tips and interceptions. That's how, and again, getting pressure. Trent Williams, he aggravated his groin muscle, and when Trent Williams is not at offensive line, that offensive line is not good.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
not good. They are. I
He's
believe,
a wall. He's a
Yes,
wall.
he's the best left tackle in football, and just like when the Cowboys don't have Tyron Smith, completely different ball game. Completely different ball game. The 49ers have the 26th or 27th ranked offensive line when Williams is not in the lineup. I sent this stat out to Jay. I texted you in it because again, ESPN stole it. Kyle Shanahan is going into that game 0-37 when trailing by 8 or more points going into the fourth quarter. 0-37. Now you can change that to 0-38 because they were trailing into the fourth quarter going in and they lost again. If you have a lead on the 49ers, that's a touchdown goal, it's over. It's over because that team is not designed to play from behind. They're designed to play out in front. Very similar to Philly, very similar to Dallas, very similar to Detroit. All the top tier teams in the NFC are kind of built the same way. If they don't have a lead going into the fourth, it is tough. It is tough for them to come back. And you saw Purdy. We've been saying this. We have not wavered. Purdy's not a bad player. But he is the 11th most important person on the 49ers.
He just does his job.
He just does his job. If you take away Kittle, you take away McCaffrey, you take away one of the Avengers, not even a couple of them. You just take away one of them. The main one, if they can't lose Trent Williams and they can't lose Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
They lose either of those guys, and they definitely can't lose Debo.
No, they cannot.
They lose any of those three, not even a combination. Any of those three, they are dramatically a different football team.
Yo, he couldn't even get the ball to Ayuk.
They couldn't.
The whole game.
Until the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
until garbage time.
And it wasn't him.
They couldn't.
They couldn't even throw the ball to him. He just had no time.
Right.
So again, that blueprint, you're gonna see a lot of teams do that now, especially in the NFC. Like, so just get our hands up, because Purdy's my height. He's 6'1" for the quarterback. That's short. Like, you just get your hands up, get pressure on him. Like try to take away the short game. Again, once you take that away, the 49ers are in trouble. So I mean, they're gonna rebound. They're playing the Commodores with Lionel Richie this week. Like, I mean, they're gonna bounce right back. They're still gonna be the 1 seed.
How about those teams that passed on Lamar signing him at the beginning of the year when he wanted his money?
Well, the Ravens weren't going to give him up.
No, but all those teams, nobody wanted to bid against him, against the Ravens, and now they're all kicking themselves. Like,
my thing with that is, I think teams realized that the Ravens weren't going to give him up. I think that's why they didn't even bother with the bidding.
I feel like the owners all like colluded against
some collusion
them.
there. Some collusion. Where's that X-Files music?
Damn X-Files, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shout out to Mongo. That's his favorite thing.
I used to watch that, bro. I was like 5, scared.
Agent Scully and Mulder.
862-621-9536 is the number to call in. We got some people in the check-in. You got Gio from Hackensack saying, "I see you, Mo. Congrats, Jay. Niner Nation will rise." You got Deji who says, "But there will be a part 2. Expect the Avengers to be back."
Of course.
Yo, Gio, if you are, man, call us in right now, man. 862-621-9536 if you want to defend Niner Nation, man. Because I don't know any other bigger cheerleader of the Niners than him.
Who that, Gio?
Yeah.
You can add my brother.
So they're gonna duke it out.
Yeah, my brother is all about Brock Montana. He's drank the Kool-Aid.
I think Gio went to San Francisco one year and had a great time.
Of course.
I don't know what he was doing out there, and now he's a 49ers fan. It's my guy, though.
A lot of people have had fun in San Francisco, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Zion included. It's a savage right there.
That is a true savage right there, yeah. But next up, we got the playoff Hunger Games approach, coined by you. I got to give you credit for that one.
Oh, yeah. Like, the playoffs are, like, that wild card race is heating up on both sides. I mean, you got Seattle there in the mix. The LA Rams. Round of applause for the Rams. Back from the dead. They were looking like a top 5 draft pick for a while.
Yeah, Aaron Donald is still one of the best in the game.
Yeah, he's legit, man.
And Stafford's not turning the ball over. And when Stafford doesn't turn the ball over and gets the ball to Cooper Kupp is healthy finally. Him and Puka, that 1-2 punch. And
what a pickup, man.
Yeah,
Puka's doing his thing.
Kyron Williams has done the heck. Yeah, somebody's phone's going off. Okay, it's all good, bro. My bad. So what I'm saying is, I think that this wild card race is going to come down to the final week of the season. A bunch of NFC teams, a bunch of AFC teams as well. The Steelers are still alive for a playoff berth.
Oh my God.
the Bengals.
Harrison, not it.
No,
what? No.
Their quarterback situation. I know Mason knocked your head off Rudolph. Like I know he had a heck of a game on Christmas Eve or whatever, but. The Steelers have a lot of question marks, but again, they're still alive. A lot of teams are still alive in that hunt. Can you pull up the playoff?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Sweet, appreciate that. So, as currently standing, it would be Seattle as a 7 seed against Philly. I'd pick Seattle 1,000% in that game.
Is that just now your fandom talking there?
No, I mean the Eagles haven't beaten the Seahawks in like 15 years. I'm not even exaggerating.
No.
That's true story.
We know you have your stats. Yeah.
just saying. I got the numbers. I got the stats.
Next Gen Stats brought to you by the Ugo Boy Podcast.
Now streaming all digital platforms. And over in the AFC side, Lord have mercy, you got the Colts. Mm-hmm. They would be the 7th seed with Gardner Minshew.
Right.
They'd go over to Miami to go against Tua and company. Mm-hmm. And the Bill. This is a big one though. You have the Bills going to Kansas City. If the seedings were to hold up on Wild Card Super Weekend, that'd be something. You'd have the Rams against Detroit. You'd have Cleveland against the Jags. You'd have Dallas against Tampa yet again with Tom Brady. I mean Baker Mayfield at quarterback. You know what I mean? So and again, can you pull up the people that are still in the hunt? Is there any way you can get those guys?
Let's see here. Well, we have some scenarios, tiebreakers, notes.
Well, you got the order over here, I think. Yeah. Okay. So
there we go.
There we go. So just over on the AFC side, listen, Houston's still alive. Pittsburgh's still alive.
Yeah. Cincinnati, I don't know.
Cincinnati, I don't think so. And
No,
LA,
it was over as soon as Joe Burrow went.
Yeah,
down.
let's stop.
But even though you got to give credit to Jake Browning.
They got to pay. What's his name? Higgins.
T.
Is
Higgins,
about to
yeah.
get paid.
Well,
Either that or
it's not going to be there though.
No, he's going to get his money.
paid
He's going to
somewhere.
get money. It might not just be in stripes though.
I think he's going to get paid after that last touchdown he did. Where
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's going to be with the stripes though.
Yeah.
Oh no,
No.
I see the Giants going after him.
The
Yeah.
Giants should definitely.
If they
pull
finally,
that.
if they finally cut Sterling Shepard, I don't know how he's still on the roster, man.
Or Darren Waller, even though they're paying all that money to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking
They
of the
can
Giants,
come
you got Deji in the check-in says the Giants will beat the Rams this week. I think he's drinking the. I still think he's eating Tommy Cutlets right now.
You sure about that?
Can I get one more of those?
You sure about that?
One more. One
You
more.
sure about that?
Deji, my brother.
You sure
please,
about that?
Please,
That's
please.
why?
We don't.
You sure about that?
We don't.
Don't do that.
We don't. One more, please, Bar.
Don't
One more.
do that.
Yeah, I mean, but sticking with the AFC side and then switch over to the NFC, please. Houston and Pittsburgh are still in it. You know, they're still alive. CJ Stroud, I believe, is going to play this week. You've got. I feel like this is not set in stone. I feel like one of these 8 or 9 teams are going to sneak in. I don't trust the Colts and Gardner Minshew late. I don't. I know they've been up and down, but they're hosting Vegas and they're playing hard for Antonio Pierce, man. You know, and for them to round of applause for Antonio Pierce.
Right.
He is going to be the full-time head coach for them to
As
go
he should be.
on Christmas to go into the land of the Swifties in Kansas City and knock off the Chiefs. They made life rough for Patrick Mahomes. Rough.
Yeah, that team doesn't look the same this year.
No,
They don't.
That's like Jessica Simpson all over again with Taylor Swift.
Big facts. Again, and this is what happens when you don't devote resources in the wide receiver room and you just assume, well, Mahomes just won us the Super Bowl with Juju being his best receiver, so we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. We got Kelsey. We're good.
Yeah, we got Deji also saying, "I'll be back next week to tell you I said so." All right. Okay.
Okay.
How about
You sure about
Kadarius Tony? Kadarius Tony.
You mean Mr. Drops?
my God.
Where's Mr. Drops?
That's one of
Mr.
my.
Drop It Like It's Hot.
He drop it like it's hot. That's his name.
Yeah.
Kadarius, drop it like it's hot,
I don't
man.
understand. They got the best gloves in the league, the stickiest gloves in the league. They got a
That's
masseuse.
That's savage.
They got
That's
the
savage.
best meals. And you dropping easy catches. These are darts.
Yo, Mahomes is hitting guys in the chest, man. Like Valdez Scantlin, like he threw a dime that would have beat the Eagles on Monday Night Football, and this guy just he losing the lights. Did it bounce off the gloves? Like
Okay,
we got a caller. We got our first caller.
Yes. Let's go to who we got there. Who we got?
What up, Jay? It's your boy Carlos, man. How you
Carlos
doing,
from Little Ferry. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen?
What's up,
Carlos
Los?
is in the
What's up,
building.
Los?
Shout out to Nicky's and Little Ferry.
man.
Yo, what's going
Little
on,
Ferry's
bro?
a tough town. Too many Giants fans around here.
Well, you know what? I've seen your house and it's a beautiful house, man. So I wouldn't complain too much about that.
Can you do me a favor, Carlos? Though, can you guys with Tyrod Taylor? Can you guys beat the Eagles to end the season and give the Cowboys the NFC East? Can you guys do that, please?
Well, he's not a Giants fan.
Is
so-
he?
No, he's not.
Well,
What's his team?
I'm a Jets
He's a Jets fan.
so
He's a Jet fan?
Yeah.
I live in an isolated island over here. I'm married to a Patriots fan.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough.
Wild.
Yeah.
I have a rough life, guys.
Well, thank you for your service. You did beat the Eagles earlier this year.
Yes.
So appreciate that. Appreciate
know.
that.
Yeah. So
I know.
what you got for us,
And
brother?
you know what? I really hope that the Dallas Cowboys actually do something this year. I wasn't a fan of McCarthy whatsoever, even when like the Jets were trying to pursue him.
I
I
was.
just don't think he has that. I don't
like him.
I don't think he has that. I don't think he has that it factor, man. He's always been like close and then just won and barely won.
He did. He has a Super Bowl on his ledger. You can't take that away from him.
With the quarterback that's now on our roster.
Yeah.
Bad time management. I've seen too many games where he don't even know how much time's on the clock.
Yeah.
Savage.
Well, we'll see. But
That's
I
true.
do hope that the Cowboys make it. The only reason I was cheering for the Eagles because I had two of their players on my fantasy. But I really do hope that the Cowboys actually do something this year, and it's not mostly just because they deserve it. It's just for the fans. The Cowboys fans really need to just stop already. You guys are America's team. Nobody's ever going to take that name for you already.
Right.
That's it. Win your Super Bowl, and that's it.
Tell me what I'm telling lies. Tell me what I'm telling lies.
Oh man.
Real quick, Los. Who's going to be quarterback for you guys next year, and what should the Jets do in the draft? Real quick before we get you off the phone.
I think that the Jets first round, honestly, go quarterback. Move on from Wilson.
That's going to happen.
I don't think he was ready for the headlights of New York City. It's too much for him. All the issues he had, kind of off the field. Like with, sleeping with somebody else, and
he's sleeping with his mom's friend.
It's like that's not the kind of attention that we really need in New York. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is pretty much the same. Like, he loves attention, kind of like a little bit of a narcissism.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's a team.
As the Dominicans say, un chin.
Exactly.
Yeah, un chin. The thing is that, Rodgers is a proven champ, so he's MVP.
4-time MVP,
I hope that. And it looks like he really wants to prove everybody wrong by bringing somebody in that he actually wants to coach. I don't know if they're going to bring Wilson back. I hope that they don't.
There was reports already saying that they informed Zach Wilson that he's going to be traded. They let him know already ahead of time, and that's why that's why early in that game against Houston he was just going off basically to put tape for anybody that's willing to take a chance on him. And then behind that offensive line he caught a concussion, and I don't think he's going to play against. I don't even think he's going to play against New England because they want to preserve him. They're basically having him in bubble wrap right now because they're getting ready to ship him somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, what are you going to get for him? I mean, he's a solid backup. He's not a starter.
But there's going to be a coach out there that's going to be like, listen, the Jets are a dumpster fire. They don't know how to develop quarterbacks. He has talent. He has athleticism. I'll find a way to fix him. That's what some of these coaches out there are thinking as far as Zach Wilson is concerned. My only thing is.
The only organization I see them taking a risk like that, and considering the fact that they turn quarterbacks' careers somewhat, it'll be the Seattle Seahawks.
Well, I mean,
that's just West as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but they don't have a line either.
Yeah.
He's going to throw it again.
But keep in mind. I mean, you can't say that and not keep in mind that. Sam Darnold, he found work post-Jet career. Mark Sanchez found work post-Jet career. Chad Pennington found work post-Jet career. I mean, just because it didn't work out with the Jets, you're still going to be in the league for a number of years with somebody. And there's some coach,
unless your name is Christian Hackenberg.
Unless you're Christian Hackenberg. That's savage. Your favorite quarterback.
from your alma mater.
We don't claim him. We don't.
It takes the right situation. He'll find a job.
He's going to find work, and there's going to be a coach that sees, he's young, he's got the Mahomes-esque traits or whatever. I can develop that guy into a competent backup or maybe a sneaky starter. Somebody's gonna have that arrogance about him. And there's that Blanco privilege. Don't forget that. That plays into it as well, bro. Tell me when I'm telling lies. That plays into it.
I mean, the way it's looking right now, even with the Broncos, the whole issue going on with Russell. Mm-hmm. I mean, that might be a potential location for him too. I mean, the NFL, to me personally, this year hasn't been as fun as it's been the past couple of years. It's been plagued with so many injuries. And I think the one that broke everybody's heart was literally Aaron Rodgers at the beginning of the year. That September 11th game under the lights, and it's just his hamstring going down. I mean, I could tell you, I was watching that game, and I literally just sat on my couch and I synced. And my wife is like, "What? The game just started?" I'm like, "No, it just ended."
That's a savage.
I feel like this is like a Tarantino movie. I've seen this before. You know what was about to come. Yeah.
It's that turf.
Oh my God,
that turf, man. That turf is real.
As a Jets fan since 1995.
Right before Rich Kotite.
And I got.
Can we get a trash for that one?
I look forward to is one of these days just to prove people wrong, and it was just like another year. So we have to sit through everybody just go through this and go below 500.
I'm gonna tell, bro. I'm gonna tell you what I told Jay when it happened. You guys have like the curse of Willie Namath or somebody.
I know.
You have some type of curse or juju, just like we did. We're breaking our curse tonight with Jimmy Johnson. You can't tell me that's not true because I've been saying it. I've been saying it for years. Cowboys fans have been saying it for years. That curse of not putting that man into the Ring of Honor. It'd be the equivalent to you guys not putting Joe Namath into your Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just basically say, yeah, you won us our only Super Bowl, but you know what? You slapped the owner in the face during one of the meetings. You're not going to be. We're not going to recognize you as one of the pillars of our franchise, even though you brought us a championship. So you guys have a curse. You guys have to figure out what the curse is and break it. Maybe it's the curse of Rich Kotite. I don't know, but you guys have you got to break that curse.
I honestly believe that Joe Namath spoke to Satan himself, sold his soul for a Super Bowl, and we're basically paid for it ever since. I truly believe that.
I don't know. You're probably right, man. But hey, look, to jump back on the Cowboys for tonight. They play the Lions, right?
They host the Lions at Jerry World.
At Jerry World.
Oh man, that's gonna be a nice game for tonight, man. It's gonna be a nice battle. I think that the Lions are a legit contender, not Super Bowl contender. I think they'll definitely be competitive in the playoffs. My pick this year for the NFC is the Cowboys to make the Super Bowl.
Whoa!
I said it too. I said it too.
Dom DeMarco. And how about them Cowboys? Give me a Jimmy Johnson real quick. Give me a how about them Cowboys?
Right, and I think that Brock Purdy is who Brock Purdy is.
He said that with 10 toes.
Dak Prescott is what Cam Newton said, that he manages the game. I think Dak Prescott brings more to the game. The only thing is that what he has to do is be consistent. Like if he has like 2 bad drives, it takes him 3 drives just to get back again. You know, he has to be a little bit more consistent when he knows that he doesn't get certain plays. As far as the AFC, the most overall team that I see making it to the end, I would say it'll be the Ravens.
Right now, Baltimore post their last bad loss that was just them losing to Gardner Minshew at home was a really bad loss. Yeah. But outside of that, man, I don't really see too many times that like they didn't show up. Even when in games they've slipped up and lost or whatnot. Lamar's shown up. They've shown up. That defense has shown up and showed out, man. I mean the loss to the Steelers the first time around, that was a bad loss, but that was a divisional game on the road. Stuff happens in division. I mean, the Lions lost to freaking the Bears in their division. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like it happens in division. But I'm with you. The Ravens, and again, it's not just the fact that they beat the Avengers. It's the way they beat the Avengers in San Francisco, standalone game in prime time. They like let it be known like, yo, we got a legitimate shot at this chip. And we're going to show you that Brock Purdy, like you said, is who Brock Purdy is. You know what I mean? So,
but he manages the game. I mean, he's in a great offensive system, and he's cuddled a lot by the defense.
He's a quarterback on an elite team. He's not an elite quarterback. I said what I said.
It's plug and play.
I've been saying, plug and play, like you said. And you saw, and facts. When Sam Darnold came in, he was lighting it up, like you said. Yeah. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Right. He said that Sam Darnold was going to look good. He said Darnold was going to look like Steve Young in that offense, and right on cue, his first possession, touchdown.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
You got some more?
I want to be Sam Darnold my next life.
He
went to work for half a day and did his job.
The guy's the backup GOAT.
Trent Williams. I keep saying this, and thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for the call. But like I said, Trent Williams cannot be injured. If Trent Williams and his groin, and that groin is tricky, man. If he goes down, mark my words, they are a different team. You saw it in the Ravens game. You saw it in their losing streak. Trent Williams was not there for that full month that they didn't win a football game. He wasn't there, and Debo wasn't there. When he's not in the lineup,
he gives Purdy time all day.
He gives Purdy time. He helps in the run game. Basically, McCaffrey just runs left. Where's 71? Where's Trent Williams? I'm running behind him. When he's not in the game, they are a completely different team. So he's going to rest up. Trust me. I'd be shocked if he plays against the Commodores with Lionel Richie. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked. But he can't be out because the Avengers, they're vulnerable. They're not invincible. I've been saying that for weeks. Like, tell me when I'm telling lies. Like, I've been saying this. Like, nobody believes me. Like, I just watch football. You know what I mean? So they're not invincible. There's nobody in the league ever. Especially this year.
And how old are you?
I'm only 35.
You've only been watching football for what, 30 years, 25 years?
Give or take. 3 decades. Give or take. Give or take.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for the call,
Round of
Carlos.
applause for Los. Los.
Gotta get you on the show.
guys.
Gotta get you on the show soon, bro. A lot of Jets therapy needed. Trust me, bro.
That's a tough household right there. Combined, not even 10 wins.
Up with you guys.
Savage.
I appreciate you for letting me call in. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and most importantly, thank you for adhering to the rules because it's a family show.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Nah, I know, guys. If I don't hear from you guys, Happy New Year's.
Yep.
Bless
Happy New
you
Year.
guys and your families, and stay safe, guys. All right.
All right, happy New Year.
Thanks, Los.
Give my love to Myra and the girls, bro.
I will, brother. Thank you, man.
All right, man. Take care, man. All right, 862-621-9536 is the number to call in. We got some spicy check-in right now. You know, we got Deji and we got Aaron. I mean, he's already, relishing about his Dolphins right now with Tuna Tagovailoa and so on and so forth. He even said that the Cowboys and Dolphins are still his Super Bowl pick. If not the Fins, then the Browns.
The Browns, again, the way they're built the right way.
They're just a relentless team. They do not give up.
That defense is real.
That
I've
is.
been saying that
Yes.
defense is real.
I always
saying it.
I said it before the season with Jim Schwartz and everything. That defense is scary. Now that is the type of defense that Detroit is missing in order to be a legit contender.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And that's the type of defense they were saying Dallas had coming into the season, and we've seen flashes of that.
Right.
But consistency.
Right.
Consistency.
And can you imagine if they had Deshaun Watson from Houston playing as
Oh
their
my
quarterback?
goodness, they'd be the 1 seed.
Yes.
Easily.
Like Kansas City, they'd be dethroned by now in the AFC.
Yeah,
They're already kind of
few
dethroned
players.
right now, but
True.
They're just missing a few players. I feel like they need another wide receiver.
Talk about the Browns.
Yeah, the Browns open up Amari.
yeah. Well, I mean, they got Elijah Moore who cooked the Jets this past game, but
and he left the game hurt too. Prayers to,
for the
to Elijah
concussion.
Moore. Like that was scary.
Yeah. I mean, I have no love for Elijah Moore, but I don't wish any injuries on any players.
No,
so yeah, absolutely.
no, that was very Tua-esque the way he went down and on the field. So
It was almost it was like 2 steps away from DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah. So hopefully,
Speaking of which, and this is actually, I wish I could say that I'm a great host because this is kind of like a nice segue.
Yeah.
But I'm not really. I'm kind of a hack here.
Nah,
but,
you're good, bro.
But I saw something that was pretty interesting earlier on social media, where as far as like awards for the season, comeback player of the year, who do you think should get it between either DeMar Hamlin or Joe Flacco?
Flacco. I mean,
I think that's going to happen anyway because it is a quarterbacks league. But as much as we're happy that DeMar Hamlin is healthy and he's playing and doing what he can for the Buffalo Bills and everything, I mean he really hasn't had the impact on the defense like Joe Flacco has had for this Browns team.
and not just anything. DeMar Hamlin. Great story. The guy survived.
Yeah.
And that he's alive.
That was scary.
Round of applause for DeMar Hamlin in that sense. Now, let's shift gears to football. The actual football player.
Mm-hmm.
He's been inactive for a lot of weeks this year. Like he's a fringe special teams depth guy. He's not a starter. He's not an impact player.
He don't contribute like the other guys do.
Exactly.
No.
And he's never been for his career. So flipping script over to Flacco. Flacco has the Browns as a legitimate Super Bowl contender.
Yes.
This
is like vintage Ravens Flacco we're watching right now.
This whole season's ridiculous.
I got a better comeback player for you guys.
Who's that?
Tua. This guy almost died on the field, and we all saw it.
True.
Why is he not a comeback player of the year? Because he got Tyreek. I mean, he deserves it. This guy almost passed out. He had CTE stuff.
I think
he's in the discussion for sure.
He's in the discussion.
He should be top.
He leads the AFC in Pro Bowl voting.
Okay.
He's playing out of his mind.
What is Pro Bowl? What is that? Flag football?
Yeah, flag football. It counts.
Savage.
It counts. Well, what I'm saying is I did not expect to say that the Lions and Browns would be Super Bowl contenders coming into this season. That was not on my bingo card either. But with Tua is being overshadowed by Tyreek.
Right.
That's really, to answer your question, that's really what's going on. If Tyreek wasn't having this Jerry Rice season, I feel like Tua would get more love. But and on top of that, keep in mind, the Dolphins didn't beat a team with a winning record until Dallas.
True.
That's true, yeah.
That's being held against him, just similar to, on the other side with Dallas, the fact that the Cowboys have struggled so much on the road and they've only beaten 2 teams with winning records, that's being held against Dak. So yeah.
DeMar is more of a PR stunt. Like, he's not an impactful player to be under, it's a good story for the NFL.
He'll get something like the Hero Award or something like that, like at the ESPYs. Yeah, they'll make up something for him or give something that's in place already. But in terms of comeback player of the year, who's directly impacted his team on the field, how could it not be Flacco? I don't know how Flacco couldn't win the award, honestly.
No, he's when I think of comeback player of the year, I immediately think of him, and there's no other way. That the definition of comeback itself, even just not from a football standpoint, that's like we love movie references here.
What about Brees? Your boy Brees.
It's funny that you mentioned that because Get Fresco in the check-in says Brees Hall for most.
Oh, that's my cousin.
For most all-purpose yards this year after an ACL tear. That's not wrong, but you know what? You're forgetting one thing because he plays for the Jets.
Savage.
Yeah.
Can I get a Roman Reigns?
And this coming from a Jets
I haven't heard
fan.
of Roman Reigns. One more.
Brees should definitely be up there for discussion, man.
I think so too. I mean, he's it's just that the entire offense itself has been a sieve. It's I don't know, but yeah, I love Brees. He definitely should be in that. My fandom is talking right here, but it could be
little Homer there. Homer-esque.
What are you gonna do? Hey,
how you doing? Hey, Paisan, you see Rocky? Great movie.
Yeah, great. Hey, you didn't hear this from me. But Rocky wins at the end.
Sly wins this time.
Yeah, Sly wins this time. Yeah. Yeah, no, but yeah, but Brees Hall, he definitely was good for your fantasy. That's for sure.
Not my team. I wish I would have drafted. I didn't have the opportunity to draft him.
Oh man, no, I'm saying for anybody that did have him.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, all right, but yeah, should we get into our predictions soon?
Switch over to the NFC side real quick so we can wrap up those Hunger Games.
See, this is why I'm a hack.
No, you're not a hack.
It's the effects from COVID. I'll admit that.
We have
All right, no problem.
Cool.
Yep.
No doubt.
Yep.
So, I mean, again, like I said, tell me when I'm telling lies. It's like Minnesota, Atlanta, and Green Bay. Minnesota, Atlanta, and Green Bay, they're all in play. New Orleans as well. They're all in play for a wild card, and it's particularly with Atlanta and New Orleans, they're still in play for the NFC South. Someone's going to win the South.
Yeah.
Someone's going to win the South.
Well, I mean, Tampa is leading it right now, and I think they might.
I don't trust. First of all, I don't trust any of them. Like they're all like shady ex-girlfriends / shady ex-boyfriends.
Savage.
That's a salvaje right there.
Yeah.
Like the NFC South, honestly, between Tampa, Atlanta, and New Orleans, one of those 3 teams is going to win. Honestly, they should do like a Royal Rumble. They should just put all the teams in like a ring, and like the last man standing who hasn't get thrown off the top ropes they should be the crown the champion.
Derek Carr will be the first one over.
Yeah,
much.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, but it's gonna come down to what it always comes down to. It's gonna come down to quarterback play and coaching.
Right.
So, and of the 3, do I trust Arthur Smith and a smorgasbord of Taylor Heineke and Desmond Ridder? Do I trust Daniel Allen and Derek Carr or David Carr plays like his brother?
Is it Daniel Allen or Dennis Allen?
Dennis Allen, sorry, Dennis Allen. Yeah. Or do I trust Baker Mayfield and Todd Bowles?
They're trending up though, and they got more weapons. I feel.
They're just throwing the ball to Mike Evans.
Yeah, and Mike Evans
Mike
Evans, who I don't think is going to be with Tampa next year. He's putting tape out right now to let people know that hey, I'm still him.
He's a beast. He got another 3 left in him, I think.
Oh yeah,
productive 3.
Without a doubt. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that he's getting ready to pack his bags to somewhere else.
They didn't offer him the contract.
No.
Yeah.
Tampa doesn't know what they're doing. I mean, look at their head coaches.
He's gonna get the bag from somewhere, and that's hilarious because Todd Bowles used to coach the Jets.
Yeah, Elizabeth boy. Boys from Elizabeth.
Jersey guy.
Yeah. That's the only thing that I have in common with.
But like I said, those again, that wild card. Don't tell me when I'm telling lies when Marv gets back and the drops are back. But don't be shocked I will not be shocked at all if Seattle does not end up as the 7th seed. If somehow they give it up to Minnesota or Atlanta or Green Bay or the Giants are eliminated and the Commodores are eliminated.
The Commanders.
What a disaster!
Shout out to Joe B.
But
another Don Lemon.
but the wild card is it's up for grabs. It really is. Like,
Yeah.
It really is. And what's even crazier is trust me when I tell you this. One of these wild card teams is going to win on wild card super weekend.
Yeah.
Like just
Someone's gonna get hot.
You could book that. You could take that to the bank.
This is like Oppenheimer and IMAX. How it's going to be. Yeah.
Big facts. You know, the Rams, they're running the ball really well with Williams. Again, a late draft round pick that they hit on.
Yep.
And even though Seattle is up and down, when non-Jet Geno shows up, because when his Jet Geno's trash.
But that's the thing. You never know what Geno you're going to get.
You're either going to get Jet Geno or non-Jet Geno.
Right.
And you don't know, like you said, you don't know which one is going to show up to the stadium that day. Non-Jet Geno showed up in Dallas, and he had 4 touchdowns on us.
That was a crazy game.
That was wild.
Oh, my
but then
God.
again, right on brand, the week before, Jet Geno showed up against the 49ers and couldn't get the ball past midfield. You see what I'm saying? So
Yo, but shout out to the
I really
Rams.
don't like that guy.
They know how to draft.
they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Whoever's drafting them,
But you
the
know
Jets
what?
should offer some money.
And it's amazing from a team that actually essentially gave up all their draft capital.
They said F the picks.
Yep.
But that's really,
But you know what?
That's really cap though. That's really cap because Cooper Kupp they drafted, Aaron Donald they drafted. You see what I'm saying? Their best players were drafted.
I
I'm
understand.
talking about like Puka, Williams.
Puka was drafted. Williams was drafted as well. So right on brand. The F them picks thing was really just a 1-year thing when they, obviously traded for Von Miller and
Right.
signed Odell Beckham before his knee blew out, and traded for Matt Stafford or whatnot. But their core are all draft picks.
No, but that's my point. Like with them getting rid of all of those draft picks essentially and keeping the ones that they had to make sure that each one of these picks that they still have were home runs.
That's facts.
And they've been doing great as far as
That's facts. That's facts.
862-621-9536 is the number to call in. The phone lines will still be open for a little bit longer. But I want to get into. Say that again.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe. Of course, we got 11 people watching. Shout out to the 11. Round of applause for the 11 people watching. And subscribe to the Bravely channel. You can see our handsome faces, our 3 handsome faces, bearded faces. Brave Fit as well with the girls as. Bravely Fit. Got to say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest. You know what I mean?
Tribe Called Quest.
So we
say the whole thing.
And we're gonna have a movie podcast at some point. It's still in the works as well.
And shout out to Matthew Zaytoon of Hood Famous coming soon as well.
Yes.
Bravely TV, we coming for 2024, baby.
Big facts.
Yeah, make a drop out of that if you can, please. We also got here. Get Fresco says, I heard a lot of Baker Mayfield. Hold on, I can't read here. I heard a lot of Baker Mayfield to come for comeback player of the year. I don't know about that.
He's been.
He's been productive. He's had a pretty good season, but I don't know about comeback.
He's been a little too up and down for me.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. I just feel like there's a reason why Flacco's sleeping because he's been slept on. Because why would you play games with me? Give me a Roman Reigns for that. Like,
why would you play games with me?
Flacco, it's Flacco's award, bro. I don't know how you don't give it to him. Like, Tua's gonna get some votes. I'm with you on that. He is gonna get some votes. But again, for what Flacco has
Blanco
done,
privilege.
Yeah, exactly. That Blanco privilege, bro. You got that's got to get factored into.
Oh man, I like Brees with it now. Now that I think about it, I think Brees he survived.
Well, he gets some votes.
He survived the turf. He survived the turf, bro.
In Denver. Of all
it was in Denver?
It was in Denver when he
my
tore it.
apologies.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone gets hurt in Giants.
But you know what? But you know what? In that same game where he got hurt, we also lost AVT for that year as well.
True.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe it was the. Maybe not just the turf, but also maybe the air quality up in Denver kind of screwed them up as well.
That's a savage.
They got to do something about that.
Mm-hmm. Savage. Yeah, no, but I'm with you though. I mean, obviously coming from a Jets fan, I do think that Brees Hall should get some consideration. Now, and obviously he's not going to win it, but he has to be in the conversation, especially with that injury that he sustained last year, and we didn't know how explosive he was going to be, especially with that offensive line being such a sieve.
It depends how the NFL wants to give it out. That's it.
Yep.
Whoever they want to market, that's who's going to get the award.
Absolutely.
But we all know who deserves each award every year.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Big facts.
Yeah, and you asked for me for my vote. It's got to be Joe Flacco.
Yeah, same. I give it to Flacco again. If he, I'll pull up the stat once again. I have to again. Deshaun Watson played 12 full games and he didn't throw for 300 yards
He's
once.
about to break Mayfield's record too for yards.
Yeah, Flacco's done it 4 times in 5 games.
Man, just give it a Flacco.
Like pretty Flacco, as D Sizzle called him.
Yeah,
like
pretty Flacco.
Like, come on, man.
Shout out to A$AP Rocky.
Exactly. Yo, he's been lighting it up, bro. And again, he threw for 300 without Amari Cooper. Like, if Cooper would have played, he probably would have threw for 400 against y'all.
He didn't even know Cooper was going to be out.
Exactly.
He said that he was practicing with Cooper, and then Cooper just walked off. And then he didn't know what was going on, so he didn't even have an idea what.
And that's the same Jet team, because you guys, your defense does get their flowers. The same Jet team that beat up Josh Allen the first time they played, that beat up Jalen Hurts, like beat up Patrick Mahomes. You guys beat up quarterbacks. You guys knocked out C.J. Stroud. He's still in concussion protocol. You know what I mean?
True. Came
like,
to Jersey and never left.
Came to Jersey and never left the same.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? Like, he went against that fresh off the couch and put 300 on him.
Yeah.
And 3 tutties.
I just hope that when he wins comeback player of the year that he's not napping.
He won't be napping. They have to wake up. Joe, you just won.
They showed that? They really showed that? They showed him on the sideline napping?
Yes.
Yeah.
It went viral. Crazy. It went viral. And another funny moment too.
Al Michaels?
Yes, that's one. Al Michaels gets 10 savages. He gets 10 savages right now.
He lost his playoff job. He's going out with a bang.
Yeah.
I appreciate him for that. He basically said that I hear these banging trash cans. The Astros must be in town. Savage again, Al Michaels. Al Michaels woke up and chose violence.
But that's crazy. They allowed the banging throughout the whole game. Like, and you could clearly hear it. It's like no one said that. But if you do that over here, you're escorted out.
They're different in Cleveland.
Yeah,
they give it up differently. But what I was saying too, another hilarious moment was after the game, because remember, Flacco was with the Jets. Like, he goes up to Quentin Williams and he touched the top of his head, and Quentin Williams was just like, whoa, man, yo, man, don't touch my head, man. It was actually getting ready to square up.
Trying to sun him.
Exactly, trying to sun him.
Yo, the Jets social media is kind of savage also, because they got that footage of them saying hello to each other before the game, and he was like, and they were like, sorry in advance for apologies before Quentin hits you again.
Savage there.
Savage.
And also a savage moment too, the Cleveland social media, Stephen Clown Smith, Clown Hall of Famer himself.
That's a great name.
Purple Jacket.
Oh yeah, Stephen A. Clown. Actually, that's what it is.
Purple Jacket. Already fitted.
Yeah. Play the bozo. Play the bozo.
And flat out deceive.
He's in his clown car now, driving through the streets of New York. But this guy, when Watson went down for the year, he basically did the eulogy for the Browns and said that their season was over. Oh, wow. They're in the playoffs now.
He always gets some bad picks every year.
He does. Again, we say it on here all the time.
All the time.
They're called the fake take shows for a reason.
Him and Chris Broussard, they're famous for that.
A past clown of the week.
One of your famous clown of the week.
A past clown of the week.
Broussard.
I guarantee you name a hot take guy, he's been a clown of the week, or she's been a clown of the week.
Basically, all you have to do to qualify, the biggest qualification at this point, it seems like you have to work for Faux Sports.
Yeah, and give a bad take. Do you have terrible, awful picks that don't mean anything? And can you say nonsensical, outlandish takes that, again, are always proven wrong? Oh, you got a job waiting for you with 6 figures.
Yeah.
Craig Carton, you got a job.
Exactly.
Chris Broussard, you got a job. Keyshawn Johnson, you got a job. Richard Sherman, you got a job. That's why Shannon Sharp is not even there anymore.
Exactly.
He played against the rules, and now he's, he went from the Padres to the Yankees at this point.
But you watch First Take or Fake Take. I call it Fake Take. You watch.
I call it Worst Take.
Exactly. You watch Worst Take or Fake Take. It's the Cowboy Hate Show now, because you got Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp, 2 guys who have built careers on hating on the Dallas Cowboys.
Meanwhile, they're closeted Cowboy fans.
Exactly. So it's just so yeah. So bro, you name a Fake Take person, they've been a clown of the week.
I miss Max Kellerman, man.
He told somebody.
I miss him for a funny reason though. When he said the last shot, who would you pick?
Yeah.
Oh, that was classic. He said he picked Iguodala over Curry.
Oh my God.
That shit. I mean, that pissed off Stephen A.
Trash. Trash.
Yeah. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, Max had some he had some highlights.
That was the
some
funniest
lowlights.
moment I've ever seen.
Well, he said Brady was gonna fall off a cliff, and he just won, 3 more Super Bowls after that.
Man.
So.
What do you mean?
Well, we also
Jay got mad at that.
No, but like, I mean, I don't think anything is going to get me more mad when I can't believe we haven't nominated this guy as a clown of the week yet. Skip Bayless, when he actually said that
he's a Hall of Famer though.
I know, but
he's a Hall of Famer.
But when he actually said that, Tim Tebow will be bigger than LeBron James ever would be in Cleveland.
Bro, what are you talking
Or when he
about,
said
man?
that Tim Tebow was bigger box office than Kobe Bryant. Oh my god.
He also said the same thing about Johnny Manziel. He said Johnny Football
yeah,
was
he
going to be
was
bigger
all
than
in
LeBron
on
James. Yeah.
Wait.
Oh.
There's always more with him. Skip Bayless, you're a clown, bro. He's not a he's Cowboy Nation has rejected him from day one. I just want you guys to know that he claims to be a Cowboy fan.
Maybe to complete this karma that you have to finish in order to get to the promised land, you guys have to eliminate Skip Bayless some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, he's got to get himself canceled.
He got a good sneaker plug though.
He does. He does. He's
Blanco
friends with Lil Wayne.
privilege. Blanco privilege.
Blanco privilege. That's going on, shirt.
And your boy also says Dan Orlovsky is a clown.
Oh yeah. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a
like
clown
the
Hall of
Brady lover,
Famer.
right? He's like
Yeah. Matt Stafford lover, Josh Allen lover, Justin Herbert lover. Just insert generational quarterback.
That dreaded G word.
That's by the way, that's not African American. Oh, except for Jalen Hurts.
His highlight was the touchback, right?
Yeah, running to the back of the end zone.
Yeah, that was his
Mr.
highlight.
I don't know where the back of the end zone is. That's his nickname.
Didn't win a single game that year.
That's wild.
He's terrible. But it's about time for picks, and then we'll.
But before we go, Get him Fresco also says, who's got the best defense in the NFL? The Browns? Absolutely. I already said it before the season.
Oh, yeah,
they got a
Browns.
scary defense, and like I alluded to earlier, the Lions, if they had a Browns defense, that would make them Super Bowl contenders. That would put them over the hill as far.
I
as
like them in Baltimore, both of them.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
those
And nobody seems to be talking about Kansas City anymore. They seem to have fallen off a cliff, and I think they're becoming a shell of themselves already. Or
Again,
they need
Too many
to right the
penalties.
ship.
Too many penalties.
Too many penalties, and the fact that receiving core is it's trash.
Yeah,
It's trash.
basura.
They have Kelsey and like 4 number 4 receivers.
For real.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Yep.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
And their tight end 1 is not a tight end 1 anymore. He's more of a 2.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
Yeah,
He's hurt. When healthy, he's still. I think he's still elite, but he's been hurt all year.
I think he's a Swiftie, man. After
He's
not paying attention anymore. I feel like the guy behind him is more productive.
Watson? Really?
No, not him. What's the other one?
Pacheco?
No,
wait.
tight end.
Tight end. Oh.
They got like 3. They always insert him at.
They got Watson. They got Bell. Yeah, Bell's the other one. Watson and Bell are their 2 tight ends behind
I
him.
believe he looks just like him.
Yeah, it's Watson.
Okay.
I guarantee it's Watson.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
All right, so let's get into our pick segment. Thank you for everybody for calling in and checking in.
Round of
Shout out to
applause.
Carlos, shout out to Denchi, shout out to everybody in the check-in and everything.
Yeah,
Thank you for
I
calling
still
in.
feel bad for Carlos. That household does not have 10 wins. His wife is a Patriots fan,
Savage.
and he's a what?
Savage is going, man.
Look at this guy. He's a guy over here.
Hey, Paisa, how you doing?
Maybe next year.
Oh, man. All right, so let's get into our pick segment right now. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to win some money, I definitely suggest that you take some picks from my man Mo Picks over here.
Oh, man.
Yep. Don't mean to put a little bit of pressure on you.
I'm
but
the best 4 out of 5 picker ever.
Why would you play games with him? Give him a
Yep.
Roman Reigns.
All right, so the way that we do this is, so there's a Saturday game today. So we got the Lions and the Cowboys, and then we're going to do that. We're going to pick 2 1:00 games and then hit them off with the prime times.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's start off with the game that we have later on tonight, the Detroit Lions at Jerry's World with the Dallas Cowboys.
We them boys. Give me a how
Show the
about them
shirt, show the
Cowboys.
shirt, show the shirt.
Give me a how about them Cowboys. The man who just spoke now is going in the Ring of Honor. They cannot, where's my camera? They cannot lose. They cannot lose on Ring of Honor night for Jimmy Johnson, man. This is a must-win. And again, this is a playoff team. They need to show that they can beat more than one playoff team at home. Yeah, they beat the Eagles. They beat the brakes off them, but they got to beat another one.
Now,
And
do you have a little bit of a Vietnam flashback right now? Because I feel like a little trepidation in your voice right now.
yeah, I do. Because again, this is a standalone primetime game with legends in the building. And I remember 2008 vividly, bro. And honestly, it was coming off the heels of 2007. You know, my Giants' favorite year right there. We were closing down Texas Stadium. We had this big, amazing celebration of like legends in the building. And on top of that, we probably would have clinched the NFC East that night. What did? We let Willis McGahee run for like 300 yards on us. and again, because we had Wade Phillips at head coach.
One of your favorites.
One of my personal favorites. And we had 13 Pro Bowlers from the previous season on the roster, and we finished the season 9-7 and missed the playoffs. So but I'm gonna chalk that up to the curse. It's
It's a new day.
Yes, it's a new day. It's about to be a new year. Ohio State just lost their bowl game. I'm in a great mood. The Cowboys absolutely have to get this one. They have to win this one. Give me the Cowboys 27-17.
Wow.
All right, Mo, how about for you? Lions or Cowboys?
I don't know, man. This is tough. Like you said they got 3 in a row that they lost.
Mm-hmm. They can't lose 2 or 3 in a row.
I'm with Vegas. I got Cowboys 27-20.
Give me how about the Cowboys again, man?
27-20. Vegas got him at 52, so it's going to be high scoring.
Yeah,
Right.
oh yeah, expect points. I got CeeDee Lamb in a fantasy championship. I need you to go off, buddy.
I don't know. For some reason, I feel a lot more confident in this game than you guys do, especially you, Ugo. But I feel like the Cowboys are definitely going to feast. They're at home. They got the home field advantage. The crowd is going to be electric. I do like the Detroit Lions and what they've been doing, but I don't think that they're there yet. We already talked about how their defense is not all that. And we got you guys got Dan Quinn. They're playing good. You got Deron Bland, who's I think he's going to have do some good things. And Dak Prescott, he knows what's at hand. He's been in this position before. He knows what he needs to do. He needs to know. He knows what he needs not to do. The only thing that's going to give me any trepidation at all is if Mike McCarthy calls some egregious play that's going to cost you, or of course, you got Dean Blandino and the rest of the refs, the zebras, that want to get their name out there because
you know the ref's name.
I'm a Jets fan. I know these guys' names by heart because they always screw us over. All right, so I know these guys' names. Unfortunately, oh my God, don't even get me started with that.
Don't get me started either. Like, Des Bryant caught the ball.
Yes,
right?
I do believe it was a catch.
Golly.
Yes. But with all that being said, I do feel very confident for the Cowboys today. I just don't feel as great of a story as Detroit has been this year. I just don't think they're there yet. Give it maybe a year or two more, and then afterwards we could talk about legitimacy. But for right now, they got to eat a little bit of humble pie, and they know what they need to go for. But I just feel like this is really the Cowboys' year this year, and so I'm going to go with the Cowboys on this one. I'm going to say 24-17.
Give me another Jimmy Johnson. He's going to the ring water.
Yep.
Today's the day.
Today's the day. The curse is broken tonight.
Today is Easter.
Yes. Keep it going.
All right. So now we got the 49ers, the Avengers against the Commodores.
Led by Lionel Richie.
Yeah, the Commanders.
give me the 49ers. The Commodores, they're tanking for Caleb Williams. They feel like they can get him, or they might even trade for him.
Eric Bieniemy is going to be the head coach next year.
Yes, and ownership is all in on Caleb Williams.
Oh yeah,
and they're not going to do anything to mess up this pick. So expect them to take this loss, take another loss next week against us. They are all in on the Caleb Wendy's sandwich man. So give me the 49ers. Even if they could rest Debo and they could rest Trent Williams, they'll still win by double digits because they're in tank mode. They really are.
Right.
I agree. I got 49ers too. They're at minus 950 to win. So this is a walk. This is a walk in the park. It's a 50-point game.
Yeah. And God forbid if they even start Sam Howell again, which I don't know why they.
No, that's done. That's done, and that's further proof. That's further proof that they're in on Caleb Williams. Because again, there were some people in the building that thought that they've got their guy, and Sam Howell leads the league in interceptions.
Yes.
All right. Well, I believe 17. Give me some trashes.
What was that stat? What was that stat that you shared with me on Twitter? It was and all of those interceptions, and Dak Prescott only has 7 so far.
Yes. Give me 1 second. I'll pull that up gladly. Gladly pull that up.
But in the meantime, as far as my predictions, the Avengers are going to beat the Commodores up. I mean, this is going to be as he called in Jersey, an ass whooping. So
starters out by the half.
Yeah, for sure. They'll be resting guys.
49ers. Sam Darnold's going to come in the second half of the game.
You want to make some money? Just pick the third strings for anytime touchdowns.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Real quick before we get back to our picks.
Sure. Yeah.
You know who leads the league in turnovers altogether? Who's tied?
Jalen Hurts.
Well, he's up there.
Okay.
He's up there. Tied is Trevor Generational Lawrence and Sam Howell. They both have 19 turnovers. So Mr. Generational.
Those are two guys I do not want over for Christmas dinner.
No. Hurts is not too far behind with 18 turnovers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But you know who's not on that list? Dak Prescott's not on that list.
No, he's not.
Nowhere near on that list. But again, he's not a generational guy.
No.
So, he's still penalized for that. But continue. I digress.
All right, so the Avengers, I got this one. The 49ers over the Commanders. I'm going to say 30-10.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Was it 49? I didn't give it a number. I'll give him 45 to 4.
Two safeties.
Yeah, 45 to 4.
Yeah, give me 38-3. 38.
That's being generous.
33.
All right. Now, this is a 1 o'clock game that's interesting because this is like Oppenheimer and IMAX. This is the Miami Dolphins at the Baltimore Ravens. That's a good 1 o'clock game right there. That's prime time if you ask me.
So a lot of people, this is like, a lot of people would say this is where the Ravens show their flip-flop colors because they're known for blowing some leads at home over the last few years.
The Ravens?
Yeah, Ravens, yeah. And on top of that, losing home games that they have no business losing, including i.e. to the Colts and Gardner Minshew earlier this year. But I feel like the Ravens need that 1 seed. They need that 1 seed. They need it like air. They get the 1 seed. They have a legitimate shot to get to Vegas. They really do. And they know they have the inside track now. They know if they win this week and win next week, I believe against the Steelers. I think they end the season against the Steelers. They know, and both of these are home games. They know that it's there for the team. There is a possibility that last week was the last road game the Ravens will play all year. That's not the Super Bowl.
Right.
And they know that, and Harbaugh knows that. So they got to get this one. And I still don't believe in the Dolphins. I'm with you on that. I still don't believe in that. I still don't believe in them. I don't. Like
until I'm not even going to say it. But no, I have to see it. I have to see it to believe it.
The way people feel about Dallas, and I'm included in that. I got to see Dallas do it. Like, because that's why you can ask this guy. I have not one time in this entire season said, you know what, Dallas is going to Super Bowl. Those words have never come out of my mouth unless I'm referencing to it because I've seen too many times double-digit winning teams come into the playoffs hot, all this momentum, and then in the divisional round for some reason fall on their faces. And until I see Dallas not do that, or I see the Dolphins not do that, I'm not picking them. You got to show me.
Right, and I'm sorry, but Don Shula's not coming through that door anytime soon.
Yeah, Dan Marino is not taking off his jacket to put on a jersey.
You got a better chance of Ray Finkel coming into this game than that happening.
Laces out. Laces out.
It's going to be a close game.
Would you like a cookie, son?
According to Vegas.
It will be.
According to Vegas, they got Baltimore by 3. Field goal.
That's exactly
that's
the score. 27-24 is my score.
Okay.
I'm going Baltimore, and they're going to win it late. It's going to be back and forth.
Yeah, Justin Tucker's going to save the day.
A Tucker 90-yarder to win.
69-yard field goal, new record.
Yes, 100%.
Right, yeah. So I got the Ravens here. I'm going to say 20-17. Yeah.
I'm going to do upset, just because it's rigged. In my opinion.
That is savage.
It's rigged in my opinion.
He's not wrong. I've said the NFL script.
Everyone is all for Baltimore right now. They're riding the ship. But then, out of nowhere, you'll see the Dolphins come in and put up 2 right away.
Vince McMahon is writing the script for the NFL for the longest, bro. Like you can't tell me. You know how much money the league makes with Dallas not winning the Super Bowl every year. Like,
yeah,
what's good to Exactly.
The
So
Dolphins got the NWO.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm with you. This thing's been scripted.
I got Dolphins 27-24.
Yeah.
Okay. But you got it by field goal as well.
Okay, so you got my score, but with the Dolphins winning. Okay.
Yeah, but you flip flop it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Ironically, we were talking
Those
about
are 4 touchdowns.
Right.
I like it.
We also got 2 4:00 games right here. Oh no, actually, we got 3 4:00 games. I want to let's go with the Steelers and the Seahawks.
A lot of terrible towels will be.
And this game is in Seattle, but Steeler fans travel very well.
They're going to be present.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's going to rain because it's only 41 and a half.
I feel like we're talking to Sam Rothstein here. He knows the weight of the he knows the weather conditions. He knows how heavy the ball is.
It's always raining over there.
You got the Black Sox to cover.
I don't like Pittsburgh at all, man. I
don't trust Mason knock your head off Rudolph.
No, I don't
at all. And I don't trust Jet Gino. I feel like Jet Gino's going to show up.
That's the thing. We don't know if he's going to show up or not. It's a flipper. But you know what? That's why I'm going more. I'm leaning towards the Seahawks because you don't know which Geno Smith you're going to get, the Jet Geno Smith or not Geno Smith, but you know what you're getting in Mason Rudolph. I mean, Christmas time is over.
Yes. Christmas time as a savage. Christmas time is over.
Yeah. So, and also that 12th man, you always got to factor in that game. I actually love the coaching in this one between Mike Tomlin and Pete Carroll. It's going to be some pretty good chess moves going on between both teams. Again, it's a 4:00 game, and the referees are going to want to get their shot on this one as well.
Yes,
I just don't think. I know that the Steelers got T.J. Watt, but no, I don't think anybody on that defense can stop DK Metcalf.
Give me the Seattle 12s. Give me the crowd.
Yeah.
Give me the crowd.
Yeah.
The crowd's gonna win the game, pretty much. They're gonna be a lot of Steeler fans because my homegirl, shout out my girl Jen Lum, she's going to the game. I think
it's gonna be loud between the Steeler fans and the 12th man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be. It's deafening.
I'll tell you what, the Steelers out of all the teams, they hit the hardest. I don't know if you guys have watched them play.
I've seen a couple games.
They hit the hardest out of all the teams.
You gotta throw the Ravens up there too.
Yeah,
I was watching.
AFC North is that's a war right there.
Whatever's the quarterback for Pittsburgh that day, he's done. I feel like he's out of there.
Because I was watching the Monday night game in my basement with cousins and my brother, and I'm just like, just every single hit. And I was just like, yo, golly.
That's why
AFC North.
That's why I enjoy watching AFC North games because they take me back to the Hard'em Hit'em days.
Facts.
But anyways, sticking with this game, I don't know. I just think that the Seahawks need this. Their playoff implications are riding on this right now very heavily over the Steelers. So they need to win. Geno Smith needs to find out how to get to the non-Geno Smith. He needs to find Seattle Geno.
If Jet Geno shows up, the Steelers are going to win this game. But if Seattle Geno's plays, Seattle. They're at home. Their playoff hopes they're in. If they're ended now,
what's the Steelers' record?
The Steelers' record is 8-7.
8-7.
They're both 8-7.
The only difference is the Steelers don't control their own destiny. The Seahawks they do.
There's got to be an automatic win for the Seahawks because Mike Tomlin likes doing the 500 thing.
Savage.
So it's definitely
Free Gems. Is Free Gems watching?
Yeah.
Free Gems is watching.
It's gonna be Seahawks.
Well, they got a client, but they're watching. Shout out to the Free Gems podcast. Love you guys. But I'm gonna go. I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game either, but I think it's gonna be a defensive matchup for the most part. But I'm gonna say the Seahawks take this one 14-7.
Give me 14-10 Seattle.
Okay.
I like Seattle 21-13.
Oh, okay. I like that one too. All right. We also got the who do I got here? I don't know. None of these really appeal to me, but I guess we'll go with the Bengals at the Chiefs.
Give me the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs they got to. They
got to right the ship.
They got to going into the playoffs. They need some momentum. I mean, the 1 seed is gone. The 2 seed is gone. They might be locked into to Buffalo.
Yeah.
And I don't think they want that right now.
And Taylor Swift is going to be there since it's in Kansas City.
She will. And oh my God, Jake Browning he looked like a backup for the first time.
Yeah, he ate some humble pie for sure.
He looked rough against Pittsburgh, and this is another road game. It's going to be loud. I got Mixon in my fantasy championship, so I need some Mixon points there. But I don't expect for Pat Mahomes to be trash. A trash for Pat Mahomes? What year is this? What's going on?
He's due for a good game.
He's due for a bounce back game.
I think touchdown game.
I think he's fired up, especially how they've been embarrassed these last couple of games. And I think that Andy Reid has actually been in their ear because not only have they been losing in embarrassing fashion, especially to the Raiders on Christmas, but on the sidelines you can see that they're falling apart. You got Travis Kelce throwing his helmet, and Patrick Mahomes complaining to the refs, and all this kind of nonsense. They're being sore losers right now. They don't know how to handle adversity. It seems like because they've been too used to in their winning ways, and it's crazy that even the Chiefs are not going to be they're going to be an away team in the playoffs for the first time in Patrick Mahomes' career. Yeah. So that goes to show that they're not the same Chiefs as before. They have a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover, but they'll find a way. I don't think they're going to go far into the playoffs this year. I don't think this is their year. But as far as this game is concerned right now, they need to know that they need to snap out of it. They need to get into gear. They're facing Jake Browning against Patrick Mahomes. I mean, you pick which one is the winner in this one. And I you know me, how much I love coaching. I think Andy Reid over Zach Taylor. But yeah, it's at home. The Swifties are going to be out. They're due for a big game. They understand their playoff implications. I think they get back into order. So I'm going to say the Chiefs over the Bengals here, 24-17.
Yeah, like you said, those drops they're taking their toll on Mahomes and this offense. And Like
Yeah.
every receiver, because again, it's Travis Kelce and 5 number 4s. I said what I said.
Kadarius Toney needs to be on a short leash this game.
If he wasn't on the jugs machine for 5 hours,
that's it.
The first drop, like I'm with you. First drop, I'm benching him.
Right.
First drop, you drop. You drop.
Or you throw to him right away.
Exactly.
Throw to him right away. Let him get 3-4 passes.
Like a little shovel pass or something.
Right.
Yeah.
He gets his first target. If his first target is not an easy catch and run, sit on the bench, bro.
Right.
Sit on the bench.
Get him his confidence up. Get him a little 5 yards, 3 yards.
Yes.
And then throw a deep one because he's talented. He's
inconsistent.
Can't do his job right now.
He's inconsistent.
No.
But give me I'm with you. Give me the Chiefs. Like if Mahomes loses the Browning and Aiden O'Connell on back-to-back weeks, Jesus Christ.
What a disaster.
The Chiefs have been a disaster. The receiving corps has been a disaster. But give me the Chiefs. I don't think they can score 30 points right now.
No.
Give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs 27-14.
Okay, Mo.
I got Chiefs. I don't know. I think they'll do 30 because he's due for a good game. I think he'll have a 4-touchdown game and be sitting by the third quarter. Me personally.
Okay.
And I got him 30-13.
30-13. Okay, I like that one.
It's just that, like I said, I've had Pat Mahomes on my fantasy team.
He was on,
and I was waiting for one of those 5 touchdown games.
I was too.
And he's due.
I was the defending champion of one of my leagues, Dirty Money, and I missed the playoffs because of Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Oh, man.
How crazy is that, bro?
Worst pickup.
And every league that I made the championship in, I have Josh Allen at quarterback. What world? 2023 is bizarre world, bro.
Oh my God! I can't wait
for
for 2023 to be over. That's just me personally.
Yes. X-Files in the championship with Josh Allen. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's sick.
Go ahead. Keep it going.
Yeah. I was just say between my Jet season and my personal life, I can't wait for this year to be over.
You're good, bro.
All right. We also have the Chargers at the Broncos, which is interesting because Russell Wilson has been benched now. Who's their backup again for Denver?
Who is it? I gotta look it up.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure.
It's not Drew Lock, is it?
No, Drew Lock is over in Seattle now.
That's right. He's backing up Geno. I forgot about that. Well, it's not Brett Rippon because he's on the Jets now.
It's probably one of those backups that everybody recycles throughout the league.
Like a Matt Moore.
Yeah, like they just keep getting jobs, man. I don't understand it.
Oh man, well, I mean, Gardner Minshew keeps on finding jobs.
It's gonna be Jarrett Stidham.
Jarrett Stidham.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought it was Nick Foles.
I thought it was Brock Osweiler.
Brock Osweiler? Oh my God.
I'm trolling.
I forgot about. No, I'm just saying that's like a blast from the past right there.
Savage.
But it's Jarrett Stidham, so a Belichick and a Belichick throwaway that was also picked up by Josh McDaniel, who threw him away as well. Yeah.
Sean Payton wants to.
Yeah, but
he wants that draft pick.
so basically, you got Jarrett Stidham against Easton Stick.
There's no way in hell I'm watching that game.
I don't think no one should be turning on their TV to watch that game.
No.
No one should bet on that game. And
NSFW, we call it NSFW quarterback play.
Yeah.
That's what we call it on the show. It's a savage,
there.
it's savage right there.
Savage.
So yeah.
Well, but if in the sake of just picking a pick, I'm just gonna say Broncos 10-3.
It's gonna be the same exact score from Christmas.
I got 15-15 tie.
Interesting. I mean, that'll actually make the game actually more interesting if it was a tie.
15-15 tie.
Yeah.
That game is just gonna be awful.
Right, and now finally the last game of the night, we have the Packers at the Vikings.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
nice divisional matchup.
Keep in mind that the Vikings they're on quarterback 7.
Yeah,
I think Jared Hall or somebody is like a rookie.
The guy
by the
from
way.
Shameless.
Yes, the guy from Shameless. Yeah.
I feel like Dobbs will come back somehow and win the game for them.
Yeah,
that's the script. It's the script in the NFL.
I know that you're kind of joking right now, but I'm actually locked up with you right there.
It's a script going on right now.
It's scripted.
It's Vince McMahon all over again.
Both
Roger Goodell hired Vince McMahon
as a writer. He wasn't doing anything with wrestling. They got rid of him. Both of these teams are fighting for a wild card. They're fighting for that number 7 seed. I'm gonna go with the home. No, I can't go with Jared Hall. I can't. Even though he's at home, he's a rookie. Yeah. So give me the Packers. Give me the Packers by.
They still got Jordan Love, right?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Give me the Packers by. Give me Packers by 7. Yeah. Let's go 27-20. Packers.
I'm gonna go Packers 24-17.
Okay.
Ah, man, this is tough. I like Jordan Love because he's inconsistent. So now he's due for a good game. I don't like him because he's inconsistent. But he's due,
I was about to say, you
for,
sure about that?
He's due for a good game, though. So I feel like the Packers, he's going to come out with one of those games that, like, is going to show signs of why they drafted him.
Okay.
So I feel like, I don't know, Packers 23-20.
Okay.
Packers 23-20 because, like you said, they're on quarterback, whatever, 6, 7?
Yeah.
How many people are going to learn that
It's a
playbook?
carousel. Wild times out there.
Yeah.
4 running backs.
And they still have a better record than the Jets. Go figure.
Justin Jefferson, somebody free that man.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
That was my worst pick in one of my leagues, man.
Man.
I would never pick Justin Jefferson. I just wouldn't. Until their quarterback is actually competent.
Kurt, though. Kirk Cousins.
You sure about that?
Kirk Cousins.
You sure about that?
PPR. He's
sure
good
about
PPR.
that?
Just got hurt,
You
man.
sure about that? That's why?
Nah, man.
I'm out.
You sure about that?
As the kids say, he
sure
ain't
about
him.
that? Not why?
He's not him.
I'm eliminated.
You'll win some fancy games with old Captain Kirk, but he's injured this year, man. So as soon as he went down, I was like, yeah, that's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And now, with that being said, the pick segment is a wrap. And now let's get into everybody's favorite segment. Marv, please cue the music.
Yeah.
Let's go! Shout out to John Travolta.
Hey,
Would you watch the hair?
What's that? Whoa. Jersey guy. Jersey guy.
So, shout out to John Travolta. So, this segment of Clown of the Week is brought to you by the First Class Second Place Podcast, brought to you by Bravery Studios, brought to you by Ugo Boy Podcast. Merch is available now in the link. And also shout out.
I need that hat.
Oh, yeah. We got you. We got you. And it's also brought to you by Paid in Full.
Yes.
Shout out to Alpo.
Pay your league fees.
All right. So,
our guest first.
Yeah, let's guess first. Who is your Clown of the Week?
Oh man, Clown of the Week. I got so many clowns I know.
Basically, just throw a dart and that's
How long
it.
do we have?
We got about 9 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Clown of the Week goes to the Fox News.
Okay.
Full
Sports. Yeah.
They reported that Frank Thomas has died. And it was the wrong Frank. There was 2 Frank Thomases in that league, in that organization.
Mongo texted me that yesterday, and I almost fell out of my bed. I was laughing.
They had 2 Frank Thomases in that league, but they reported the one that's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, man.
And they gave him a tribute and everything, and the guy's still alive.
You are stupid.
So, Clown of the Week.
Run that back.
Clown of the Week, Fox News. You know, Trump was right, I guess.
Savage away.
Oh, man.
Savage.
By the way, rest in peace to Tom Wilkinson. He passed away today.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, man.
75.
Wow.
Oh, man.
What a legend, man. Anyways, you're Clown of the Week. I'm sorry for bringing it down.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that, bro.
Sorry for bringing the show on a downer. I told you I'm a hack.
Wait, ain't Clown of the Week supposed to be a downer?
No. I already nominated myself a Clown of the Week once. I'm not going to do that again, okay?
Oh, my God. Yeah. So, can't you tell me when I'm telling lies? Tell me when I'm telling lies, man. Please.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
And another.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Clown of the Week, you mentioned Fox. We're going to keep it with Fox. But this time we'll go Fox Sports radio host. Mons Bolanos. She went viral. This lady went viral, basically saying that Lamar Jackson wasn't quarterbacky enough. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know if there's some racial undertones there of what quarterbacky enough means, but she got dragged.
She said backy, that's when she lost it.
Exactly. Mind you, the same Lamar Jackson that beat the prohibitive Super Bowl favorite 49ers / Avengers, and the same Lamar Jackson that is a former NFL MVP.
Yep.
First team All-Pro, and is an MVP frontrunner this year. Like, he's not quarterbacky enough. So this is my issue with not just her, because she tried to Michael Jackson moonwalker comments, but she already got dragged. Like, and she deserves it, and I hope she loses her job for it. But
Quarterbacky.
So if a quarterback is not in the current, you think of the best quarterbacks right now, the front runners. And I'm not talking about Brock Montana in San Francisco. I'm talking about Lamar. I'm talking about Dak Prescott. I'm talking about Josh Generational Allen. I'm talking about and even Patrick Mahomes. You throw Mahomes in there as well. You throw Tua in there. If your quarterback is stationary and cannot move at all, he's cooked.
Yep.
He is cooked. And on top of that, the quarterbacks that are coming out now in the NFL.
It's a new NFL.
It's a new NFL.
Yeah.
Like C.J. Stroud is good. It already is going to be a superstar.
You got to have wheels now.
You have to. And C.J. Stroud's comp coming into the NFL was Dak Prescott. That's who he. That's the comp. And mind you, Dak Prescott was a 4th round pick in 2016. If they redid that draft class, Carson Wentz and Jared Goff would not go ahead of Dak Prescott in that draft class. He would be the first quarterback taken. You know what I mean? Because the mold right now, you look at Caleb Williams, you look at Michael Penix, you look at Bo Nix, you look at all the quarterbacks that are coming out in this upcoming draft class, they're all quote-unquote non-quarterbacky mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So for her to make this idiotic, foolish, buffoonish, clownish comment saying that Lamar isn't quarterbacky enough, I don't care what she says to backtrack it. She was a clown and a bozo for it. And again, this is what they've been doing to African-American quarterbacks for years, labeling them as, well, he's athletic. He's mobile. Yeah. You know what I mean? To take away from the fact that they can process and make throws.
You know what's crazy about Lamar? What I see on the field all the time, that all the opposing players, they respect the hell out of him.
Facts.
And they pick him up after they sack him. Opposed to other quarterbacks, they'll sack Josh Allen and do a celebration. Mm-hmm. But with Lamar, they'll scoop him up, they'll give him a high five, and just next play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because again, if you're a quarterback and you don't have that mobile aspect to your game now in the current 2023 NFL, you're not for long. You have no shot of being successful.
Got to evolve.
So the game has evolved to another level right now, and so for her to make that comment, you're a bozo. You got red hair. You got green hair. You got the red nose. You got the big red shoes. Mons Bolanos, congratulations. You clowned yourself.
All right. So, my clown of the week.
Wait. He's been waiting all week for a clown of the week.
All right. So, we talked about my woebegone New York Jets earlier to start off the show.
It's okay,
we talked about, how much of it's a disaster has been and so on and so forth. And one of the things that really drives me up a wall is that we're always in primetime games and we're always seem to embarrass ourselves, whether you want to talk about the dreaded butt fumble or the Hail Mary or the fake spike game, whatever you want to call whatever. You can pick them. Just pick them. Just like you couldn't figure out his kind of the week, you could pick him anyway. It's all there. So somebody was able to catch something on social media that was actually at the game, and then you got Michael Clemens, who's trying to do his best audition of Half Baked 2 by going to every single person in the crowd going, F you, F you. F you. No, not you. You. F you. F you.
That went viral.
I know.
That went viral.
And don't you understand that you are on the biggest platform right now in all of America? Everybody's watching you. Everybody has a cell phone. They're going to record you, and then you do some stupid ish like that and don't think that you're not going to get, in trouble and go viral and so on and so forth. You're already making a fool of yourself from a season that has already run down the tubes after Aaron Rodgers went down 4 plays. And now we have to add some more embarrassment and show how classless these New York Jet fans players can be. Stop it. Michael Clemens, you look scary. I do not want to meet you in person because I think you would beat the hell out of me, but I have to say it out loud right now. You are a clown. Do better. Be better. Get out of here. This is for you. Why so serious?
It's about sending a message.
And they were losing too. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even more clownish. Oh my God. All right. But that being said, let's end the last episode of 2023 with some Hero of the Week.
Get the music.
Yes. Chariots of Fire. Bring it up.
Our guest.
Who is your hero of the week?
Hero of the week. Damn. I had saying. For Clown of the Week, I haven't done for Hero of the Week. Let me go last on this one.
All right.
Let me think about my hero.
You go.
I know
Do
a
the
lot
honors.
of clowns.
Marv, cue that music up. Where's my camera? Go tight on me.
I know where this is going to.
This is going. It has to go here. Can I get a how about the Cowboys?
Yes!
Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy J. Jimmy GQ, whatever.
Jimmy G. That's Garoppolo.
Not Garoppolo. Jimmy Johnson. You are the architect of the Dallas Cowboy dynasty. I'm a Cowboy fan because of Jimmy Johnson. I'm a Cowboy fan because of him. He deserved to be in that Ring of Honor years ago. Years ago. This man built brick by brick that 90s dynasty with Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin. He drafted like Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer. He built that offensive line. He changed the culture. And again, he created How About Them Cowboys. It exists because of him. He said those words after beating the 49ers in San Francisco in a playoff game, foreshadowing.
Yep.
and again, like, this man is taking his rightful place among Cowboy royalty tonight. The Cowboys have to win, but Jimmy Johnson, round of applause one more time. I'm so happy that he's going in tonight. And yes, spoiler alert. Like me and a lot of other Cowboy Nation members, I will be crying at halftime during that ceremony. Not afraid to say it.
I'll get you some tissues later on.
No doubt. We the boys!
Yep.
Jimmy Johnson got the best offense in Madden.
Facts.
Oh, that was my guy.
Yeah, facts.
And that's where Kellen Moore was learning how to play offensive coordinator.
Yeah, it's a savage right there. How the Chargers doing?
Yeah, fired the head coach. All right, do you have your hero of the week yet?
Oh, I do. I just remembered.
Let's do it.
Where's the music? I need the music.
Yeah, you need the Chariots of Fire, baby. We gotta do it.
Yes.
We gotta make it do what it do, baby.
My hero of the week goes to Sam Darnold. I love that guy.
Peter Parker.
Yo, you know what it is to come to work, play 7 plays, do good, and that's it. That's it. You're good. Like, that's my hero. That's who I want to be in my next life, Sam Darnold. At this moment in his life.
Jets legend.
Yeah.
Who you said would look like Steve Young.
Yep.
Plug and play.
Unless he got mono
He
again.
went to work for 1 minute.
One more tell me when I'm telling lies for Jay. He nailed it.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
And I also said with the Jets and the Commanders game that Greg DeLeg would be the MVP of that game too.
Tell me when I'm telling lies again.
Yep.
Well done. You watch football.
Yeah. I've been watching it for 25 years. 25! Anyway, my hero of the week. So I
Give the music, Mark.
Yeah, come on, man. Let's do this. So I already nominated one Jets player a Clown of the Week, and I'm going to nominate another Jets player as Hero of the Week. And this is actually taken in a serious note. So everybody knows about the Walter Payton Man of the Year that gave that to, for their contributions to charities and so on and so forth. I feel like this man doesn't get enough shine on the Jets or in this category, and I want to give my Hero of the Week to Solomon Thomas because he is very prevalent on the mental health thing that's going on right now. Unfortunately, his sister passed away from suicide because she had her own mental health issues going on back then. And he's been spreading the message in such a great and valiant way. And me being a mental health advocate myself and going through the struggles myself prior, I know what it's like. And I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head that's actually been prevalent on the mental health front as far as like contributions to spreading the message in the NFL. So I want to give my Hero of the Week to Solomon Thomas for that one.
Yeah. And going off of that, you sent Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Yes.
Dak Prescott, the current reigning Walter Payton Man of the Year. He lost his brother to mental health.
That's right. Yes.
By suicide. And again, I myself, someone who battles with depression and anxiety. Again, round of applause for anybody battling with that.
Yeah, especially now during this holiday season.
Absolutely.
We know that it's been a rough year, but you know what? We're here for you guys. And thank you so much for tuning in to both of our respective shows, to Yo BTV Sports. Shout out to all the callers, all the guests. Shout out to Mo in the building. Shout out to Marv in the building. Shout out to everybody watching and listening. We can't thank you so much. Can't thank you enough. But Mo, thank you for coming through, man. We really appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, you definitely held on your own. Anybody you want to give a personally shout out to right now?
Oh, I want to give a shout out to my man Soto.
Okay.
That guy, I'm in a fantasy league with him. He has never made the playoffs and talks the most ish. I love that guy. He loves Kadarius Toney. He loves
savage, man.
Duke Johnson, just random players.
Duke Johnson.
He loves Draymond Green. He just be talking.
Oh my God!
What a disaster.
Sounds like somebody we should have on the show.
Yeah.
That guy is cooked. But
where can people find you?
IG, at work. Mostly at work. Nah, man, I love sports, bro. That's why I told Jay I'll come up here and chop it up with you guys.
We'll get you on again, bro. We'll
You guys are very knowledgeable.
Thank you.
Because a lot of those names, I'm like, who? This guy knew the ref. I'm like, what?
A lot of
Di
PTSD.
Blandino, Gene Steratore, all
God.
you name them.
Yeah.
Nah, but I appreciate
God.
you guys having me, man. I love the show. It was a good show.
Thank you,
Appreciate
brother.
y'all.
Thank you.
No doubt. Marv, can we get the Ric Flair?
Yep.
Take us on home, baby. One more time.
Whether you like it or don't like it, learn to love it because it is the best thing going today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode of Yo BTV Sports. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can find me at Jason Enrique _ on Instagram, TikTok, Twix, Threads, all social media platforms. Don't forget to like and subscribe by First Class Second Place, now streaming on all digital platforms. And don't forget about the Ugo Boy podcast, now streaming on all digital platforms and YouTube. Don't forget to buy the merch. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Burberry Studios, I'm Jason. That's Ugo. That's Mo. Thank you so much. And like Herm Edwards says, you play to win the game. We are out.
Peace.
Whether you like it or don't like it, learn to love it because it is the best thing going today.